जी। बाकी आई जस्ट वांटेड टू आस्क आकृति जी, आप अभी आप यू जस्ट प्रोवाइड सोशल मीडिया सर्विसेज या आप बाकी कोई सर्विसेज भी आप देते हो?
3 चीजें मैनेज करते हैं, लिंक्डइन, यूट्यूब और इंस्टाग्राम।
थोड़ा सा
फेसबुक आ ही जाता है। आपको आवाज आ रही है?
थोड़ा सा धीमा आ रहा है।
अभी आ रही है? अभी ठीक है?
लिटिल लाउडर।
अभी अभी सही आ रही है?
मुझे तो आ रही है अच्छे से।
मेरे को नहीं आ रही।
ट्राई स्पीकिंग।
अभी आ रही है आपको?
या
अच्छा, तो मैं ये बोल रही थी कि हम लोग पूरा सोशल देखते हैं, तो मेटा का तो सारा ही हो गया कि ये फेसबुक और इंस्टा, उसके अलावा लिंक्डइन एंड यूट्यूब। तो ये चारों चीजें हम लोग मैनेज करते हैं। और किसी किसी क्लाइंट्स को जैसे वो सेकंड फेज पे चले जाते हैं तो उनको एड्स की जरूरत होती है, तो फिर उनके लिए फिर एक आध सेल्स एड्स चलाते। जनरली हम लोग एंगेजमेंट एड्स नहीं चलाते। सेल्स एड्स जब क्लाइंट सेकंड फेज में होता है, जब मोनेटाइज करने का टाइम आता है, तब लॉन्च करता है। तो बस यही 2 चीजें कर रहे हैं ज्यादातर। और ऑर्गेनिक प्लस ये वेबसाइट और ये सब की ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट आती नहीं है। तो अगर किसी की आई तो फ्रीलांसर्स हैं, वो लोग हेल्प कर देते हैं। बट ज्यादातर इतना वेबसाइट और ये सब लोग तो पता ही नहीं है। अभी क्या है, व्हाट्सएप इंटीग्रेशन आ गया है ना, तो वेबसाइट का भी इतना जरूरत पड़ता नहीं है, व्हाट्सएप से हो जाता है कम्युनिकेशन। तो ये है हमारे।
राइट। तो एड्स आप खाली सोशल पे चलाते हो या कहाँ कहाँ पे एड्स चलाते हो?
गूगल और फेसबुक।
गूगल और
डिपेंड करता है बंदे का बजट क्या है। जो क्लाइंट्स है ना, उनका इतना ज्यादा बजट नहीं रहता कि वो गूगल के भी एड्स चला सके। तो वो लोग जनरली ना 10-15 हजार से ही चालू करते हैं, उससे ज्यादा वो खर्चा नहीं कर पाते। तो अब 10-15 हजार अगर मैं उनसे एड्स का ले रही हूँ और मैं अगर 25-30 हजार अपनी मैनेजमेंट फीस दूंगी तो दे ही नहीं पाएंगे। तो एक ओवरऑल उनको देना पड़ता है कि अराउंड 35-40 हजार में पूरा एड्स एंड सब लोग सब कुछ इंक्लूड करके। तो वो उनका टेस्टिंग हो जाता है। अगर 2 महीने में उनको रिजल्ट दिखता है तो फिर वो स्केल करते हैं। और वरना एड से तो सबको लगता है कि चालू किया और लीड्स धड़ाने लगेंगे, ऐसा नहीं होता। कम से कम 15-20 दिन तो आपको देना पड़ेगा। पनल वनल किसी को आता नहीं है तो वो बाय डिफॉल्ट आपको सेट करवाना ही पड़ेगा। तो
राइट।
आपका परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग का है ना?
हाँ, मतलब स्पेसिफिकली एड्स का ही फोकस है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
एड्स और फनेल्स उसमें जनरली आते हैं।
हाँ हाँ,
तो अभी उसमें थोड़ा बहुत ऑटोमेशन भी ऐड किया है।
राइट।
आई विल कवर इट इन द
सेशन।
प्रेजेंटेशन।
ठीक।
बट अभी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि ऑलमोस्ट एआई जो है, ऑटोमेशन जो है, ऑलमोस्ट इट इज ऑन पार विथ एड्स। कैन ऑल्सो विदाउट एक्चुअली रनिंग एड्स, आप ऑटोमेशन चला के भी यू कैन गेट ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर रिजल्ट्स।
हाँ जी, आ रहा है अभी
जी।
तो
इंडिया में नहीं है बट बाहर तो आ रहा है अभी।
हाँ, नहीं मैंने भी देखा।
व्हेन इट कम्स टू लीड जनरेशन,
हाँ,
सेल्स का नहीं इतना, बट लीड जनरेशन का हो रहा है।
अरे लीड्स में भी लोगों को बहुत नाटक है। क्या है ना, फेसबुक में जंक बहुत आता है।
जी।
तो ना लोगों को बहुत ये स्ट्रेस रहता है, एक एक लीड आया ना तो वो काउंट करते हैं कि ये एक लीड आया, ये तो जंक है, तो हमारा तो 2,000 रुपये खर्चा हो रहा है। 2,000 में तो हमको एक ही लीड आई, जबकि आई है 40, पर वो काउंट करते हैं एक ही लीड आई।
अच्छा, एक लीड आई माने जो कन्वर्ट हुई उसको काउंट करते हैं?
हाँ हाँ,
अच्छा।
that is lead। और
वो हमेशा सेल्स और
राइट
मार्केटिंग के बंदों में झगड़ा रहता है, सेल्स क्वालिफाइड वर्सेस मार्केटिंग क्वालिफाइड।
राइट राइट। तो वही है फेसबुक का। और मेरे पास जो क्रिएटर्स है ना, जैसे अगर ब्यूटी या फैशन से आ गए, उनको तो बहुत गंदी लीड्स आती है, बहुत गंदी लीड्स आती है उनको।
जी।
मैं एक बार
गंदी माने वो पेइंग कैपेसिटी नहीं होती ऐसे लीड्स?
गंदी मतलब गंदे मैसेजेस टाइप के। जैसे मैं
अरे
आपको एग्जांपल देती हूँ, एक मेटा के इवेंट में गई थी मैं, ये ऑटोमेशन का था। बेचारा बंदा लास्ट में क्वेश्चंस आंसर्स में पूछा उसने कि ना, फेसबुक वाले से ही पूछा कि आपके उसमें इतना जंक क्यों आता है। बोले नहीं नहीं आता, इतना जंक नहीं है, हम लोगों ने बहुत ऑप्टिमाइज किया है वो। तो ना उसने बोला ना, जैसे ही कि मैं ब्यूटी पार्लर्स का कैंपेन चलाता हूँ, मुझे ब्लैकलिस्ट कर दिया गया है, क्योंकि उन लोग बोलते हैं हमको गंदी गंदी लीड्स आ रही है, गंदे गंदे क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं। तो उन लोगों ने ना मेरे को, मेरे कंपनी को ही ब्लैकलिस्ट में डाल दिया है आप लोग की लीड्स के कारण। तो ना सब लोग इतना हंसे पूरे कि सही बोल रहे हैं, एकदम सही, एकदम सच है ये। हेलो सर।
Victor Stanley sir, welcome to the meet. And today is our main speaker is Victor Stanley sir. Aakriti ma'am is also taking the master class. You are right on the time, sir. So you start the meeting. जैसे जैसे लोग आते ज्वाइन करते जाएंगे.
Hi, Amay. How are you?
Hello, sir. All good.
Good.
Shraddha
How
ma'am,
do you like
welcome to the
Did you
meet.
get a chance to?
It's
Did you
been
get a
quite
chance to
busy
visit
this.
the AI event, sir?
Sorry?
Delhi mein, you were just in Delhi
Yeah,
at that time.
I didn't go for the AI event. There was another
Acha.
coaching platform which was there, which I had gone for
Acha.
that. Like I belong to the Happy Plus team, where I'm the director with them. Like, so there I'd gone for a meeting
Right.
across. Like.
Right.
But AI event was happening at the same time. It was madness, of course. Delhi was crazy, and we need to connect. Not to forget, we will do that. Like.
Yeah.
Hi, Aditi. I've heard a lot about you through Shraddha, who is my business associate. She's also there. She's logged in. Yes, but we have not met. Last time, I think you were not there when we came in.
Right. In the first event when I came, you were not there.
Yeah.
And in the second event, I was not there. So yeah. I've met Shraddha. We are connected. So we talk frequently.
Swapnil sir, welcome to the meet. Good to see you. Very good to see you. Today only we did a wonderful shoot for Swapnil sir. So soon you will see 12 reels shooted by us, LCF Cine Services, on his page. He's going in a right way to become an influencer, a food influencer. So
Beautiful.
Hi,
great.
Swapnil.
स्वप्निल जी सबको आपका इंट्रोडक्शन दीजिए शॉर्ट में. सर आपका आवाज म्यूट है.
किसका?
स्वप्निल सर का. स्वप्निल सर.
नमस्ते. मेरा नाम स्वप्निल जोले है. पावलैब से हमारा कंपनी है. तो रेडी टू ईट प्रोडक्ट पे हम काम कर रहे हैं. अच्छे से उसका अभी भी सेल बढ़ा है. तो और हम उसका सेल बढ़ाने जा रहे हैं. और ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म ब्लिंकिट, ज़ेप्टो, यहाँ पे भी हम टारगेट कर रहे हैं. धीरे धीरे उस पर भी काम हम चालू है.
बढ़िया. ठीक है. चलिए अभी मीटिंग शुरू हो चुकी है ऑफिशियली. So Shraddha ma'am, hopefully you will greet all of us. We are greeting you. Okay, so welcome and very nice to see your face after a lot of days. Excellent. Shraddha ji, just quick introduction सबके लिए.
Okay, so I'm Shraddha, and you know Stanley sir. I last time introduced him actually.
Right.
But for me, I am a language coach as well as I am a talent plus strength impact coach, and so many things.
Wonderful.
As of now, much.
Right. Great. So quickly towards the format of the meet. जैसे जैसे लोग जुड़ते जाएंगे उनको इंक्लूड करते जाएंगे. पूरा मीट रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है. That will be on the YouTube later. And in the meanwhile, I just want to inform you कि सबको अपने अपने स्क्रीन शेयर्स करने हैं जब आप आपका पावर पॉइंट प्रेजेंटेशन दिखा रहे हैं. एंड उसके थ्रू आपको आपके प्रेजेंटेशन के स्लाइड्स डालते जाने हैं. सो फर्स्ट विल स्टार्ट विथ मी, देन अमेय विल टेक इट फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम देयर, देन स्वप्निल जी, देन श्रद्धा मैम, देन आकृति मैम विल टेक her master class, then and Stanley sir will do a fantastic master class or 15 laws of growth. Then we will be later joined at 7:30 by our chief guest Brigadier Abhay Bhat. So किसी को भी आर्मी से कनेक्ट करना है, Brigadier Abhay Bhat is the guide, and he's the guy who can connect you with the army. आपके जो भी सर्विसेज है वो आर्मी वेटरन्स के लिए हो या केंद्रीय विद्यालय के लिए हो या आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल के लिए हो, किस तरीके से कनेक्ट करवा सकते हो. ही इज द परफेक्ट पर्सन टू कनेक्ट विथ. सो डेफिनेटली आप उस रिलेटेड भी सवाल उनसे पूछ सकते हैं. टुडेज हिज टॉपिक इज अबाउट डिफेंस में क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटीज है फॉर द MSME and SME businesses. So I'll quickly share my screen and then I'll start to let you know about the Leaders Connect Fest. You already know what Leaders Connect Fest is all about. This is the first online meeting of the Leaders Connect Fest. So बेसिकली ये एम्पावरिंग सोशल वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन का इनिशिएटिव है. पिछले 6 साल से हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं एजुकेशन, स्पोर्ट्स और पॉश में. अंडर प्रिविलेज किड्स के साथ साथ हम लोगों ने जो काम किया है वो जो हमारे रूरल एरियाज के कारखाने हैं, फैक्ट्रीज है, जहाँ पे पॉश का अवेयरनेस लगभग जीरो है, वहाँ पे हमने CSR फंड्स, गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट्स के थ्रू ये प्रोग्राम्स रन किए हैं. उसके साथ साथ स्पोर्ट्स में हम लोग स्पेशली हमारा स्किल इंडिया से एफिलेटेड एक प्रोग्राम है, स्किल डेवलपमेंट इन सेल्फ डिफेंस, जिसके साथ मेरा अमेय के साथ भी पार्टनरशिप है. सो वी हैव द अमेज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच इज माय फिटनेस बडी. तो उसके थ्रू भी हम लोग उसके प्रोग्राम्स रन करते हैं फॉर द प्रिविलेज किड्स, विच इज eventually a commercial thing. But for the underprivileged skills and for the underprivileged people, we run it through CSR funds and the government grants. And for the education, now what we are doing is basically we take the weekly test with the partnership of Vidya Pratishthan and the hard coaching classes. So हम लोग ये काम करते हैं कि underprivileged kids में जब इनके 3 महीने बाद और 6 महीने बाद मिड टर्म एग्जाम्स एंड टर्मिनल एग्जाम्स होते हैं, सेमेस्टर एग्जाम्स होते हैं, उसके बीच में ये बहुत सारे बच्चे कुछ पढ़ाई नहीं करते, तो उसके वजह से उन लोगों की पढ़ाई बहुत अफेक्टेड रहती है। 3-3 महीने पढ़ाई नहीं करते, स्टडीज करते हैं 1-2 हफ्ते पहले, या उसमें से बहुत सारे ऐसे भी बच्चे होते हैं जो एक आध दिन पहले एग्जाम के स्टडी कर लेते हैं और पासिंग के जितने मार्क्स अप्रोप्रिएट ला लेते हैं या कॉपी कर लेते हैं। तो हम लोगों ने एक सिस्टम लाया है विद द हेल्प ऑफ WNS, विद द हेल्प ऑफ परसिस्टेंस CSR फंड्स, कि हम लोग हफ्ते में एक बार एक टॉपिक पे टेस्ट लेते हैं उन बच्चों का। तो उसके वजह से हो क्या रहा है कि वो बच्चे अपने टोज पे रहते हैं, तो बेसिकली हर हफ्ते उनकी पढ़ाई करने के लिए उनको मोटिवेशन मिलता है। उसके लिए उन लोगों को हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ पर्स के रूप में अवार्ड वगैरह भी देते हैं। सो बेसिकली ये हमारा जो एम्पावरिंग सोशल वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन का काम है, मैंने आपको बताया। अभी फाउंडेशन के थ्रू ही हमने ये लीडर्स कनेक्ट फेस्ट शुरू किया, जिसकी आज पहली ऑनलाइन मीट है। तो ऑनलाइन मीट के जरिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि आज हमने शॉर्ट नोटिस पे ये ऑनलाइन मीट ऑर्गेनाइज की। हालांकि अभी इसके बाद जो है इन लोगों के साथ हम कोलैबोरेट करने वाले हैं फॉर द लॉन्चिंग ऑफ द एड्स इन मेजरली द UAE सेक्टर एंड द गल्फ सेक्टर। तो हम लोग चाहते हैं कि इंडियंस जो वहाँ के बिजनेस ओनर्स हैं वो इससे जुड़े, और इसका ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हमारे पुणे के कम्युनिटी को भी फायदा हो, और शारजा, दुबई, अबू धाबी, यहाँ के लोग, ओमान के लोग एंड बाकी गल्फ नेशंस के लोग हमसे जुड़े, एंड बेसिकली वो हमारे पुणे के बिजनेस ओनर्स के साथ कोलैबोरेट करें। सो फार प्रोग्रेसिव फेडरेशन ऑफ ट्रेड एंड इंडस्ट्रीज PFTI इज आवर पार्टनर, देन ब्रिक जहाँ पे मेजरली लोग हमारे टिकट्स बुक करते हैं, देन MSME मिनिस्ट्री के साथ एफिलिएशन हमारा है, उद्योग पाठशाला के थ्रू हम लोग नॉलेज पार्टनरशिप करते हैं, तो उसके थ्रू हमारे मास्टर क्लासेस होते हैं। लेकिन आज हमारे जो मास्टर क्लास हो रहा है वो विक्टर स्टैनली सर के थ्रू हो रहा है। विक्टर स्टैनली सर इज ऑल्सो अ प्राउड प्लैटिनम मेंबर ऑफ हाउस। एशिया की लीडिंग जेनसेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पेरिनियल टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू हम लोग ये पूरा फेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं। सो ये मेंबरशिप बेनिफिट है, नेटवर्किंग, ऑडियो विजुअल इम्पैक्ट, टैक्सेस सेव इसलिए होते हैं क्योंकि जो मेंबरशिप के लिए आप पैसे भर रहे हैं इवेंचुअली दैट इज गेटिंग यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द अंडरप्रिविलेज्ड सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी। एंड इसका मतलब ये है कि हम लोग जो पैसे यहाँ पे ले रहे हैं आपसे, वो हम लोग इसलिए ले रहे हैं क्योंकि हम लोग पहले कॉमेडियंस के, सिंगर्स के शोज रखते थे, एंड वहाँ पे वो शोज से जो पैसे जनरेट होते थे हम लोग वो यूटिलाइज करते थे फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ द अंडरप्रिविलेज्ड सेक्शन। क्योंकि हम लोगों ने कभी किसी को डोनेशन के लिए कॉल वगैरह नहीं किए कि लेट्स से बच्ची बीमार है डोनेशन दे दो वगैरह, हम लोग इथिकल वैसे जाते। सो वॉट एवर रेवेन्यू इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ द शोज, सो वो रेवेन्यू हम यूटिलाइज कर रहे हैं। देन बिजनेस एजुकेशन इज अ वाइटल पार्ट ऑफ द लीडर्स कनेक्ट फेस्ट, क्योंकि बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स हैं, सो उन लोगों को बिजनेस एजुकेशन की कमतरता है। क्योंकि सबसे बड़ा जो मुद्दा है कि बिजनेस आप पैशन के जरिए शुरू करते हैं, लेकिन अगर आपको बिजनेस नॉलेज नहीं है तो वो जाके बिजनेस बाद में क्रैश होगा। सो इंस्टेड ऑफ हैविंग सच टर्बुलेंस इन योर बिजनेस, अगर आपके बिजनेस के फंडामेंटल स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाए तो आई थिंक दैट वुड बी अ बेटर थिंग टू हैव। दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई वी आर हैविंग the amazing facilitators like Stanley sir in our show। 10x return on investment की वारंटी है। सो ये अभी आपका जो पूरा हम फेस्ट ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं, इसमें हम लोग इंश्योर कर रहे हैं कि आपको पूरे साल भर तक, अगर आप प्लैटिनम मेंबर है तो आपको हैंड होल्डिंग मिले। अभी प्लैटिनम मेंबर्स को भी क्योंकि हम डिजिटल जा रहे हैं तो एक्सेस हमने दोगुना कर दिया है हर एक फेस्ट का। सो उसकी वजह से आपको ये फायदा है कि अभी 12 फेस्ट आप अटेंड कर सकते थे, अभी ऑन द ऑनलाइन यू कैन अटेंड 12 फेस्ट। कम्युनिटी शाउटआउट्स में सबसे पहले तो शुरुआत है, जैसे आज मीटिंग में हम लोग ये इंश्योर कर रहे हैं कि सारी मीटिंग रिकॉर्ड हो एंड देन इट गोज ऑन द यूट्यूब एंड ये आपके राइट ऑडियंस तक पहुंचे। सो जैसे स्टैनली सर का मास्टर क्लास हो, आकृति मैम का मास्टर क्लास हो, स्वप्निल सर का प्रेजेंटेशन हो, श्रद्धा मैम का प्रेजेंटेशन हो, अमेय जी का प्रेजेंटेशन हो, ये सारे प्रेजेंटेशंस आपके हमेशा अवेलेबल रहेंगे यूट्यूब पे। सो कभी भी कोई भी जाके अगर इंटरनेट पे सर्च करता है लेट्स से आकृति पटेरिया digital marketing coach, या go digital with Aakriti, या Stanley Victor, John Maxwell coach. So our result will be on one of the top results, and जहाँ पे वो लोग जाके आपके मास्टर क्लासेस सुन सकते हैं, आपके प्रेजेंटेशन सुन सकते हैं, एंड जिसकी वजह से आपके बिजनेस के बारे में हमेशा के लिए डिजिटल रिकॉर्ड अवेलेबल उनके लिए रहेगा। उसके साथ साथ सबसे अच्छी बात है कि हम लोगों ने अपना प्लेटफॉर्म जो है वो खुला करके रखा है फॉर द कोलैबोरेशन पोस्ट। सो लेट्स से अगर कल को स्वप्निल सर को उनके रेस्टोरेंट के बारे में कुछ भी कोलैबोरेशन रील डालनी है, वो अगर चाहते हैं कि हमारे साथ वो कोलैबोरेट करे, वी जस्ट हैव वन कंडीशन कि आप आपके कैप्शन में लिखो दैट यू आर प्राउड मेंबर ऑफ द लीडर्स कनेक्ट फेस्ट, एंड वी वुड बी हैप्पी टू एक्सेप्ट योर कोलैबोरेशन रील और व्हाटएवर पोस्ट यू आर पोस्टिंग, until and unless अगर वो कोई बहुत ही एंटी सोशल आपका ऐसी चीज है या कुछ फ्रॉड चीज है किसी की भी, तो वो थोड़ा सोच विचार करेंगे या एक तरीके से वो चीजें अलाउ नहीं होंगी। लेकिन as long as you are producing a good service for the society, you are producing something which is going to help the consumers, definitely we will give you our platform for that, and we are not taking any sort of charges for any of our members. Then government policy makers, जैसे आज ब्रिगेडियर भट्ट हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे, उसी तरह से हर एक फेस्ट में different policy makers are there, and these policy makers main agenda is to ensure that basically these guys will guide कि किस तरीके से आप आपके बिजनेस को एलिवेट कर सकते हैं विद द हैंड होल्डिंग ऑफ देयर रिस्पेक्टिव डिपार्टमेंट। सो वहां पे आके उनका मकसद ये नहीं है कि केवल आपको कुछ ना कुछ सलाह देके जाए या कुछ ना कुछ लेक्चर देके जाए, लेकिन इवेंचुअल मकसद ये है कि आप ड्यूरिंग द मीटिंग डिस्कस भी करो कि स्पेसिफिकली आपका जो बिजनेस है उसका किस तरीके से उनके डिपार्टमेंट को, उनके डिपार्टमेंट के एम्प्लॉयज को फायदा हो सकता है, क्या कुछ आपके सर्विसेज का अवेयरनेस सेशन आप उनके डिपार्टमेंट में रख सकते हैं, एंड दीज आर वेरी गुड इन्फ्लुएंशियल पीपल इन देयर रिस्पेक्टिव डिपार्टमेंट्स। सो आप ये डिस्कस करो कि किस तरीके से आपके बिजनेस के लिए आप एक कनेक्शन बना सकते हो उनके रिस्पेक्टिव डिपार्टमेंट से। अभी मार्च के फेस्टिवल में हमारे पोस्टल के इंडियन पोस्ट के जोनल हेड आ रहे हैं, सो दैट काइंड ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंसर्स एंड दैट काइंड ऑफ offices we are bringing to the fest. So that's the advantage of being the part of the Leaders Connect Fest. So हमारे जो पॉडकास्ट के होस्ट है आकृति पटेरिया मैम, उनके साथ आप पॉडकास्ट भी कर सकते हैं। We are giving the 50,000 viewership warranty to all the participants who are participating in our podcast. So ये थोड़ा growth strategy के बारे में मैं 2 मिनट में आपको समझा देता हूँ। Basically we are giving you the opportunity of not only networking with the entrepreneurs, but it also will ensure that you network with the entrepreneurs as well. So ये हमने entrepreneurs के लिए platform बंद नहीं करके रखा है। All the guys who want to upskill in terms of their business skills, upskill in terms of their knowledge, they are always welcome over here. Then ये basically award table है, ये आप continuously इसका जो भी आपके achievements रहेंगे तो उसके अनुसार आपको awards time by time मिलते रहेंगे। So initially we were thinking about going पैन पुणे फर्स्ट, लेकिन सिंस मेंबर्स की तरफ से ही ये डिमांड आ रहा है कि इसको अभी थोड़ा पैन इंडिया एंड पैन गल्फ लेके जाते हैं। दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई वी आर इंश्योरिंग दैट वी आर एक्सपांडिंग आवर विंग्स एंड इसको यूएई, शारजा एंड स्पेशली जो हमारा अबू धाबी का मार्केट है, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर। सो दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड। आप अभी नेक्स्ट जो व्यक्ति को सुनेंगे दैट्स अमेय सर। सो अमेय जी, टेकिंग द माइक ओवर टू यू। नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू म्यूट माय माइक, यू कैन टेक द प्रेजेंटेशन फॉरवर्ड फ्रॉम हियर।
Yes, thank you so much, Shantanu sir. Great presentation. I'll just quickly switch off my cam and start my presentation. Before I move on to my own agency, let me just quickly share what we are planning with in terms of Leaders Connect Fest. So as Shantanu ji mentioned, we members, as in me as well, specifically recommended that it is time to, not just go national, but also go global. Because as much as I know, as far as I know, a lot of entrepreneurs from Dubai, from Oman, from the Gulf, even from the Eastern European side, they are highly interested in exploring the Indian market. And of course, our entrepreneurs too are interested in exploring those markets. And as you are already aware, the government is making free trade agreements at a breakneck speed with many of these regions. So I suggested, Shantanuji, why not also start a digital platform, digital meetup every month, at least once, where we will invite everyone, Indians and global citizens, to start pitching here and to invite them to become a member of our platform. And we have started advertising aggressively for the exact same with the exact same goal. So coming the next month, this was a bit last minute. Coming the next month, you will start seeing a lot of global business owners pitching on this platform. So this is what I wanted to add. Any questions regarding this? Anything, any additional suggestions so far before I move on to my growth poros?
Stanley sir maybe has a question.
Yeah, like in terms of your connects in Dubai, UAE and Oman and other parts, how are you connecting with them? And do you have already connects established or looking for connects? What exactly is your mode?
Yeah. So again, great question. So I already have some very good quality connects right now. But in addition, my main skill is with respect to performance marketing, paid ads, digital ads. So the main result, the main scale will come from paid ads. So we'll advertise in Dubai, we'll advertise in Eastern Europe, we'll advertise in Europe, and these ads will help us convert. These ads will help us bring more and more trial visitors at first, and then full-time members.
Okay, we'll discuss this later. No problem.
Yeah.
Just to inform, I've been in the Middle East for 30 years, so we can definitely discuss and see how we can take it forward.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Any more questions regarding, any more suggestions regarding this?
You can continue, Amej.
Okay. So I'll move on to my own agency presentation, what we are doing with respect to performance marketing and AI. So this is growth powerhouse media. If you are thinking in terms of scale, if you are thinking in terms of AI marketing, if you are thinking in terms of huge scale, super fast, then paid ads is your performance marketing is your best bet. So just a quick background, why these platforms, everyone is on social right now. Everyone is doing social media. Everyone is doing content. Everyone is shooting reels non-stop. It is absolutely organic. You need organic. But when it comes to performance marketing, why these brands prefer performance marketing compared to organic? Performance marketing is the next level. And when brands are giving you a lot of free features like Google, Facebook, Instagram, when they are offering so many features for free, you have to understand their mindset. When they are selling so much of the stuff for free, then you are the product. Your data is the product. So what kind of data are we talking about? So this data is everything, right? From your search history, from your activity, from the posts you put on, from the people you befriend, from the people you message, everything. Your mic is always on. Back in 2015, watching the browsing habits, Google had this feature where they would suggest medical recommendations based on the browsing history of a person. So this was back in 2015, almost 11 years ago. So just based on the browsing history, Google suggested a woman that she might be pregnant. Can you see this screenshot? The lady put this on medium.com. So imagine the kind of sophistication Google might have achieved at this moment. So because pharma lobby forced Google to shut this feature down, we don't have this feature anymore. But 11 years ago, this was the kind of sophistication Google offered. So Google and Facebook knows your cravings, your likes and dislikes, where you live, what you're speaking. Your phone mic is always on. It is always being recorded. Your fears, problems, where you work, where you go to shop, your friends, when you overspeed, Google Map, everyone uses Google Maps. When you break signals while driving, your secrets. So it is the friend you asked for, but you never asked for. The friend you never asked for, but knows everything about you. So what is the benefit of paid ads now? Coming on to paid ads versus organic. So Facebook and Google, at least the platforms I specifically use for paid ads, 50,000 data points of each individual when you start using paid ads. They don't give this data when you are just running with organic. Organic has different kind of benefits, but when it comes to paid ads, Google and Facebook extend their entire data mastery, their entire 50,000 data points of each individual. By the way, this was revealed to be by some insider in Google, that is 50,000 is the number of data points that Google collects on every individual that uses Google, Gmail, Google products like Google Maps, etc. Then you get immediate results versus SEO and organic social post. It is almost like waiting for rain versus turning on a water tap. You get immediate on-demand traffic, highly qualified traffic. Plus you get only charged when someone clicks on your ad. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you just set up a billboard and you get charged for it, unlike magazine, newspaper, TV ads, etc. Then we offer proven ROI. We offer 2 to 3x faster proven ROI on every rupee spent with paid ads. What other benefits of paid ads? You can target competitors' customers. You can target customers based on interests, behaviors, gender, age, qualities. For example, a 20-year-old girl who shops online is the perfect target for a fashion brand. And if you're targeting more B2B specific customers, then LinkedIn might be the perfect platform, LinkedIn ads. If you're targeting based on pin codes, we can do that. If you're targeting based on readers of specific news website like Z, Times of India, we can do it, etc. You can also target people of specific YouTube channels, brand followers, etc. Then you can also control customer acquisition cost, lead cost, impression costs. So industries we have worked with: e-commerce, FMCG, apps, healthcare, wellness, real estate, manufacturing, IT, services, non-profits. Nowadays we specialize in e-commerce. So we don't just bring you leads, we actually help you bring sales from ads. So ऐसा नहीं होगा कि you have to chase down leads with sales calls. We actually bring paying customers to you at your doorstep. So again, like I said earlier, we have a proven ROI of at least 5 rupees to 60 rupees per rupee spent with paid ads. The catch here is, after you start spending at least 30,000 rupees, that is the time when algorithm really optimizes. So it is not like you start with day one and you get 5 rupees back per rupee spent. You have to at least spend 30 to 50,000 before you start seeing this positive level of ROI. No one else will promise this kind of ROI. That is our USP. Magical? Yes, not magic, but definitely magical. Here's some of the proof that we have. This is proof that we have gathered. We have tens of case studies. One of the leaders, Connect Fest mobile app sellers. You can see the level of number of leads we have gathered for them. Mobile app installations we have done. Then fashion accessories brand. We have actually sold a fashion accessories brand who were just looking for a proof of concept. They didn't even have the product launched. They were just looking to sell the product first before actually setting up the manufacturing for that. So we did a quick Diwali sale and we got 22 ROI, 22 rupees earned for every rupee spent after during the Diwali sale, we gathered 22 rupees back for per rupee spent on each campaign. And I'm so sorry, this campaign is a bit old, so I don't remember the data. But as you can see, 5 is the average return on investment for every rupee spent. This is the return on ad spent. Next, we have a performance marketing at scale, thousands of e-commerce sales at 6 to 7x ROI. So you can see 4,726 purchases from one campaign, 4,000 plus purchases from one campaign. So almost every campaign has gotten 1,000 plus purchases, and every purchase has cost the client just 300 rupees something. And they are at least earning 6x back per purchase. So 300 by 6.
And this is the result of e-commerce.
This is e-commerce. Yeah, these are actually paying customers for a perfume brand at scale.
So you're not talking about leads, you're talking about direct sales, right?
Yeah. The minimum selling price is at least 1,800 rupees. So every customer that we earn at 300 plus rupees is at least spending 1,800 rupees with this customer, with this client. Next, we have another Shopify store. You can see the kind of revenue they are making. This time we were actually showing ads on the Shopify ecosystem, not Facebook or Google ads. So the ROI is just 2x, but I deliberately put it in here for transparency. Then hundreds of e-commerce sale, more e-commerce clients, again purchases in the hundreds. Cost per purchase is around 500, 600 rupees. Then leads also I have put around 10 rupees when the account is really optimized. So thousands and thousands of leads at just 10 rupees or so. And these are highly qualified leads. This is a high spend ad account, 20 lakh plus spend, 5,000 plus purchase customers. You can see here purchases is 5,000 plus. Cost per purchase is just 450 rupees and so on. This is a programmatic ad account, 5 crore plus ad spend and 1 lakh plus purchase customers. So this is a heavy spending ad account. So the reason for putting this case study was we are also doing sales at scale. So it is many of the times what happens with performance marketing. I'll just end my point within 1 minute. What happens with performance marketing is when you start scaling up the budget, the results actually grow less. So we actually specialize in performance marketing at scale. So even if you increase the budget, we'll keep on increasing your sales and ROI. Yeah, another programmatic ad account. We also do mathematically precise media plans. So it is not like we start with advertising from day one. We'll actually go through our ad account industry data and we'll calculate what is the ROI you can expect. What is the customers, what is the sales you can expect. So we do mathematically precise media plans and our advertising account generally look exactly like our media plans. So yeah, moving on from the case studies, I will just, this is the AI part that I'm collaborating with Leaders Connect Fest for offering to our clients. So if you are just looking for AI lead acquisition, AI marketing, you don't want to spend money on performance marketing paid ads right away. So this is one of the sponsors of Leaders Connect Fest, Perennial Technologies. So we actually built a completely automated AI agent for harvesting tender leads from the government portal websites. So as you can see here, the agent will specifically go on government tender websites, Indian state portals like Maharashtra portal, Thane portal, Pune portal, as well as Oman portal, UAE portal, Dubai portal, Central Government of India portal, and it will harvest road contract, highway contract, tender winners and bidders. So these companies bidded on tender projects of the government. Some won, some didn't win. They only bidded, but we gathered their data and we also harvested the 3 top people in these companies. So if you are interested in this kind of data harvesting, plus automated outreach for these people, complete research for every person, top person working in their company. So you can see the owner here, you can see the purchase head, you can see the CEO, COO. So AI will not only gather this data, they'll also gather the data of every individual person, their contact data. It will also create sales call. It will also do sales call. It will also create raw call notes and it will automatically follow up with email and generate proposals. This is the level of AI sophistication we are doing. And some of the clients we have worked with. Yeah. Any questions?
I think Swapnilji was today only talking to me that he wants to invest a lot on the sales guys. So this is something would be really interested to him, because if AI can do the work of salespeople, I think that would be useful for him as well.
Definitely. Swapnil sir, do you have any questions?
No question. We will talk later.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
So Swapnil sir, now we will head towards your presentation. Then we will head towards Shraddha ma'am.
Okay.
Quickly heading towards your presentation. You can share the screen now.
Screen diste?
No, sir. Yeah, we can see now.
We can see the screen, but it's
Yeah, it's visible. Right.
पावलैब से हमारा कंपनी है, तो हम काम कर रहे हैं जो रेडी टू ईट प्रोडक्ट है उस पर हम काम कर रहे हैं। अभी रेडी टू ईट प्रोडक्ट में डूम्स करके प्रोडक्ट है, वो अच्छे से सेल हो रहा है और राइस का अच्छे से डिमांड है। राइस के अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट है। तो सिंपल राइस होता है, अपना बॉईल करके रहते हैं, उसमें कुछ मसाले डालते हैं, ग्रेवी वगैरह डालते हैं, तो रेडी हो जाता है, ऐसा राइस है। और अलग से हमारा डूम्स करके प्रोडक्ट है जो डायरेक्टली हम मशीन में डालते हैं। वेजिटेबल बॉल्स होता है, वो मशीन में डाल के गर्म करके खा सकते हैं, ऐसे हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स है। तो जो सिंपल अपना डिहाइड्रेटेड फूड होता है, ग्रेवी जो है डिहाइड्रेटेड करने का हम काम कर रहे हैं, जिससे डायरेक्ट एक बिजी शेड्यूल वाला आदमी डायरेक्टली उसको खा सके, जहाँ भी जाए, जहाँ भी आदमी का अगर शेड्यूल बिजी है तो जल्दी से बना के वो खा सकता है। हमारा विजन है कि नए नए ऐसे इनोवेटिव और अच्छे टेस्ट वाले फूड मार्केट में लाना है और न्यूट्रिशन रिच प्रोडक्ट हर आदमी तक पहुँचे, ये हमारा टारगेट है। जिसमें कलर होता है, एमएसजी होता है, वो सब हम रिमूव करके ये फूड हर एक आदमी तक पहुँचाना चाहते हैं और वो अफोर्डेबल भी हो और इको फ्रेंडली अच्छे से हर एक आदमी को खाने को मिले, यही हम चाहते हैं। और इसमें प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि अभी हम देखते हैं कि बहुत सारे लोग ऑफिस काम करते हैं, घर में बैठे काम करते हैं, तो उनके लिए ये खाना बहुत अच्छे से एक ऑप्शन हम तैयार कर सकते हैं। इसका मार्केट कैप अच्छे से 2033 तक 593 बिलियन तक फ्रोजन फूड का अपना ग्रो कर जाएगा। तो उसमें से 30% नया नया जो प्रोडक्ट इनोवेट हो रहा है उसका एक मार्केट कैप निकल कर आता है। ये क्रिस्पी डूम्स है जो हम मार्केट में फूड इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं। क्रिस्पी डूम जो वेजिटेबल बॉल्स बोलते हैं, ये टोमेटो और एक कैबेज का एक कॉम्बिनेशन है और मतलब एक हम जो बोलते हैं मार्केट में ब्रेड पाव, उसका ही कन्वर्जन है। तो हमने ये डेवलप करते वक्त एक पाव का कन्वर्जन कर रहे थे ब्रेड का, तो राइस राइस से लेकर हम उसका बना रहे थे, तो इसका डेवलपमेंट उसके बाद में हो गया है। तो यही हमारा पैटेंटेड प्रोडक्ट है, इसको मार्केट में अच्छे से सेल कर रहे हैं। एक स्पाइसी वर्जन जो मार्केट का डिमांड है, लोग हमें बोलते हैं कि उन्हें स्पाइसी वर्जन अच्छा लगता है, तो हम उसको और स्पाइसी करते जा रहे हैं। और इसको 2 महीने तक हम फ्रीज कर सकते हैं। जो हमारा वेजिटेबल बॉल्स है उसको हम डूम्स करके खे रहे हैं, 2 महीने तक हम फ्रीज करके रख सकते हैं और बाद में एयर फ्रायर में 3 मिनट तक या 4 मिनट तक गर्म करके हम उसको डायरेक्टली खा सकते हैं। तो एग्जैक्टली ये डूम्स क्या है, जैसे हम आइसक्रीम खाते हैं, ठंडा प्रोडक्ट है, वैसे ही ये क्रिस्पी डूम्स है जो फ्रीज में रख के हम बाद में गर्म करके खा सकते हैं। बाकी इसमें पूरा नेचुरल प्रोडक्ट है। तो इसके बेसिस पर हम कुछ इंस्टाग्राम पे कुछ ना कुछ डालते रहते हैं जनरेशन जेड को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए, तो उन पे ही हम ज़्यादा काम कर रहे हैं और वही हमारे कस्टमर रेगुलर होते जा रहे हैं। तो यही हमारा प्रोडक्ट है और इसके ऊपर हम अच्छे से काम कर रहे हैं।
चलिए शुक्रिया स्वप्निल जी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, एंड यू रैप्ड अप द प्रेजेंटेशन एग्जैक्टली इन 4 minutes. Thank you for that. Now we'll head towards Shraddha ma'am. Shraddha ma'am, you want to present your presentation?
Actually, I don't have any presentation, but
Okay.
I can just talk about what I do.
Sure.
Yes, so we are Faithstone Marketing, like Faithstone, not exactly marketing, but I do social media marketing, and we help.
Your video is turned off.
Huh?
Your video is turned off.
Okay, sorry. So we help solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and small business owners who feel stuck, unclear, or invisible in the market. And we help. We do the talent plus strengths coaching with them, and also we use practical, result-oriented social media marketing. And by talent plus strength coaching, we help them discover their natural talents, which help them understand the clarity, like how they have to go ahead by using their talents. And then we help them present themselves with clarity and authenticity by using social media marketing. And Just I want to know if anybody, any solopreneur here or entrepreneur here who wants to grow their business and understand about themselves and how to grow by using their strengths. So yes, we help in those areas, and I would like to connect with those people. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now we will head towards the first masterclass of
Just
us.
1 minute. Allow me to add a minute
Sure,
of
sure,
introduction about Shraddha ma'am.
sure,
Okay,
sure.
she is an excellent talent plus coach. Okay, and
Okay.
those social media is another wing of us, but talent plus strength coach. It talks
Right,
about the person knowing about themselves and how they
right,
want to grow. Like, okay, and
right.
she is one of the among the whole coaching arena of the talent. There are about 100 coaches across in India. She's one
Right.
of them who is highly talented in terms of understanding a person through the framework of talent plus strength and helping the person to know themselves and how the person can grow themselves and how they can do day-to-day activities tremendously. Like, she is not
Wonderful.
expressing much about it, but that's her forte and that's her strength. And she's a coach per se. Like, that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great to
Thank you.
hear. Great to hear from her mentor. And now we will head towards the first masterclass of today. That is Aakriti ma'am. And in the meanwhile, we'll welcome Prateek ji. He doesn't have a presentation today, but just quick welcome to Prateek ji who has joined the meeting. And we'll start with Aakriti ma'am's masterclass. Over to you, Aakriti ma'am.
Thank you, Shantanu ji. मेरी आवाज आ रही है, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'll share my screen. My screen is also visible, I think. So I'm not a big fan of presentations, but आप सबको समझाने के लिए I've created something.
अरे वाह.
So, like Abhay ji told, okay, about performance marketing, there's a lot of मतलब contradictions हो सकते हैं because I will be talking about organic marketing. But yeah, definitely both are on like separate levels, and we don't prefer paid marketing for engagement.
Mhm.
But yes, definitely we go ahead for like when it is about sales and leads, we definitely prefer performance marketing, like what Amay ji is doing. So let me tell you about myself. I have been in this industry since last 12, 13 years now.
Mhm.
I was also in the performance marketing only. And then in 2024, I moved towards content creation. So I was creating content already from like 2022. I had a food channel. I used to create recipes and all over there. But later on, because I wanted to move on from my job to something that I want to do on my own, I started with something that I was doing for last 20 years. That is digital marketing. But yeah, definitely not into paid because paid is separate, and that is the main level when you want to monetize your content. But what happens versus organic versus paid? When it is organic, your face is your brand. Okay, you don't need any logo, nothing. Just your face is your brand, and that will help you in getting better conversions. When you see, like in paid, I have been doing ads for myself also. I see that people don't have that trust value when you're running ads. So the conversions are there, definitely conversions are there. You get a lot of leads. Conversions are around 30%. But when you come to the organic part, your leads will be less, but the conversions will be like 60 to 70% because people have already they already know you by your face. They already have done their research. They are following you for last 2, 3 months. So that's why the conversion ratio goes higher. Just that in organic, you need to keep on doing your marketing on these platforms so that you keep on getting leads. In paid, you just pay the amount and you get a lot of leads. So I'll take you through the free marketing that we are missing. Okay, so what is free marketing? Basically, the platforms like YouTube, social media like Instagram and LinkedIn. If you start posting on your own, you are not spending any money and you are building it for your marketing. So there are many coaches, there are many people, many business owners who know this, and they have started doing their like posting of content like a year ahead. And what happens? They make that particular channel, build that particular channel for their marketing purpose. Okay, how? When I have like I'll show you. I'll show you a few examples now, okay, so that you understand what I'm talking about. First of all, me, my page. If you'll see, I have like around 258K followers. When I post any stories, okay, and I tell them that this is the service that I'm offering, I have only 5 slots left. I complete it gets booked in a month itself. So if my 5 slots are there of ₹1 lakh, that 5 slots will give me 5 lakh rupees. So stories are your most loyal customers, most loyal people who are like looking into your stories, because it is the ratio is very low on stories, like 5 to 10% only come on your stories and watch your stories. So those are your most loyal people. They understand you, they know your service. So that's how I use my, whenever I feel that okay, this month I'm not getting a lot of leads, I just start posting stories and I get those leads. I've still not invested much on paid ads because I am like in the building phase of my agency. Like I'm already catering to around 20-25 clients. But the problem is I need to build on the employees and everything. So I'm not scaling that huge. So that's why I'm not investing a lot on paid ads for now. Now I'll show you a few other examples and I'll show you how other business owners, just being raw, how they are using these channels like Instagram for growing their business. Okay, I'll show one language photos. So can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, recently, what has happened? Reels are not performing that well on Instagram. Okay,
Okay.
this is where we come in the picture. This is where we tell people like what is performing now and what is not performing. But we can't stop completely. We can't stop Reels completely. Why? Because that builds your authority. That builds your vibe. Okay. Now, people used to use trending audio earlier to get in the flow of the views, but now we are using audio to bring that vibe of ours. ठीक है, तो अगर मैं थोड़ी सी मस्तीखोर टाइप की हूँ, तो I use something that is like fun and something like these kind of music to tell people that this content, so definitely content should not be like अगर content serious है, if I am talking about politics और उसमें मैंने से party music लगा दिया, that won't work. But you need to create a vibe in your content when you are posting. So I have seen with her videos are getting very few views. Okay, but that is bringing her leads because that brings her vibe. People connect with her. They understand, like, okay, she's like this kind of person, and I want to talk to her. So that is what reels do. That is what talking head videos do. Why? From where she is getting a lot of followers is her carousels, because carousels are going worldwide now. जो रील्स होती हैं उसमें लिमिटेशन होती है ऑफ लैंग्वेज, बट इन carousels इवन विद मेटा हैज लॉन्च्ड मल्टीपल ट्रांसलेशंस और उसका ट्रांसलेशन इतना परफेक्ट आया है कि आपको लगेगा नहीं कि मैं ये बोल नहीं रही, इतना क्लियर एंड क्रिस्प ट्रांसलेशंस आ गए हैं. तो विद carousels शी इज गेटिंग अ लॉट ऑफ लाइक, ये जो आपको 212 के फॉलोअर्स दिख रहे हैं, इनको एक महीने में 100 के फॉलोअर्स आए, जस्ट बिकॉज शी इज पोस्टिंग लाइक 4 carousels per day. ठीक है, तो when you are starting, quantity matters. Quantity versus quality. Now, quality cannot be like 20%. Quality obviously 60% होना चाहिए. But when you are starting and you want to push a lot of content, क्योंकि आपकी branding कब होगी? Recall कब बनेगा? Recall तब बनेगा जब आप बार बार feed पे दिखोगे. So quality is important, but definitely you need to push more of the quantity. अभी carousel बनाना is very simple. आप देखोगे एक जैसा, these are called ugly carousels. पहले आते थे बहुत polished carousels. अब polished carousels बिल्कुल नहीं चल रहे. ठीक है, अब चल रहे हैं ugly carousels, which are very simple, clear. आपकी जो बात है वो आपने रखनी है बस सामने, एकदम clear to the point. ठीक है, कोई मतलब वो पहले होता था, वो किसका था, सीधी बात नो बकवास, वो अभी आ गया. ठीक है, कि आपको डायरेक्ट अपनी बात सामने रखनी है. तो दिस इज वेरी इजी टू डू. आप कैनवा का कोई भी एक टेम्पलेट उठाओ, अपनी ब्रांडिंग डालो. व्हाट इज योर ब्रांडिंग? दैट इज योर कलर, योर फॉन्ट और आपका चेहरा डालो. एंड बस आप अपनी जो आपको कंटेंट बताना है ना, कंटेंट कैन बी व्हाट, आपकी ऑडियंस समझना वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आपने अगर अपनी ऑडियंस समझ ली, उसका पेन पॉइंट समझ लिया और उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए आपने कंटेंट डालने लगे, तो दैट दोस पीपल विल अंडरस्टैंड कि ठीक है, दिस पर्सन अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज माय प्रॉब्लम एंड देन दे विल रीच आउट टू मी. ठीक है, तो आई शो यू हर फ्यू ऑफ हर स्क्रिप्ट्स दैट वी हैव शेयर्ड विद हर एंड वो आप शूट कर रहे हैं. Okay, specific.
Saying I'll try my best every time your boss dumps extra work on you because it makes you sound overwhelmed and disorganized. Instead, try these. I'll try my best. Which task should I deprioritize to make room for this one? I'm so busy right now. I'm at the capacity today, but I can start this on Thursday. Sorry, I can't do it. To ensure quality, I can't take this on right now. Stop being a pushover and follow me to find your professional voice and comment here for my free PDF. Happy learning. Bye-bye.
Okay, so you were able to hear it, right? Right. So, like Shraddha ji is doing already, she is a coach. Why not start posting something like this? Is very basic editing. It doesn't need a lot of editing also. You can start posting your answers. You can start posting your reads, and this is how you just post consistently for like 90 days, and you see. Okay. Okay. So I'll share few more case studies. Not mine, but what others are doing. Okay, this is another example of raw content. This person has just posted 46 posts and has reached 100K followers. How? And this person is selling his product. Okay.
इस मौत के कुएं से भी खतरनाक अगर कोई चीज है तो वो है ये लोग जो सच में मौत से खेल रहे हैं, लेकिन इससे भी हार्ड होता है किसी नई चीज को इनोवेट करना। हमारी कंपनी डेडी बैट ने बनाया है दुनिया का सबसे यूनिक फूड प्रोडक्ट वोल्फ, जो बना है सिर्फ ड्राई फ्रूट से, जिसे इंडिया के हर कोने तक पहुंचाया जा रहा है। इसे आप हमारी वेबसाइट से जाकर ऑर्डर कर सकते हो। अब इन खतरनाक लोगों की तरह मेरी ये खतरनाक जर्नी देखने के लिए डेडी बैट को फॉलो कर लो।
So this person is just going around and shooting.
मेरे पीछे चलती इस ट्रेन को जरा गौर से देखो, इससे भी तेज रफ्तार से हमारा टाइम निकल चुका है। अब अगर आप सच में स्ट्रगल कर रहे हो अपने आप को सक्सेसफुल बनाने के लिए, तो मेरी ये बात ध्यान से सुनो। आप जिस स्किल पर काम कर रहे हो उसका
You just need to understand कि फॉर्मेट क्या होना चाहिए स्क्रिप्ट का। स्क्रिप्ट में हुक होना चाहिए, जो वो बोल रहे हैं कि अगर तुम इससे स्ट्रगल करो, दैट इज द पेन पॉइंट ऑफ योर ऑडियंस, एंड देन ही इज जस्ट गिविंग अ सोल्यूशन। और फिर डायरेक्ट सीटी है कि अगर आपको चाहिए तो मुझसे कनेक्ट कर लो मेरी वेबसाइट में जाके। दिस इज सो बेसिक। ठीक है, हमको अगर हमारा ऑडियंस पता है तो हम उसको कुछ भी बेच सकते हैं, बट ये कैमरा प्रेजेंस और ये कैमरा में कॉन्फिडेंस तब आता है जब हम कम से कम 15-20 कंटेंट पोस्ट कर चुके हो। वैसे भी हमें कितने लोग देख रहे हैं स्टार्टिंग में, लाइक अराउंड 100 व्यूज वी गेट। ठीक है, 100 to 400, तब 400 लोग देख रहे हैं, उसमें 4 लोग तो बिल्कुल तक के नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे, दोज आर रिलेटिव्स जिसका हमको डर लगा रहता है। ठीक है, तो जब तक के वो उन तक के पहुंचेंगे तब तक के हम वायरल हो चुके होंगे। तो आई सजेस्ट पीपल कि दिस इज द फ्री मार्केटिंग दैट यू कैन डू। तो उसको डोंट लीव, बिकॉज दीज चैनल्स आर चेंजिंग वेरी फ्रिक्वेंटली। आज इंस्टाग्राम है, याद है कभी ऑर्कुट भी था। ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद फेसबुक आया, देन केम द इंस्टाग्राम, स्नैपचैट भी आया था बीच में। बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जो आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं, बट वी कैन नॉट डिपेंड ऑन दीज प्लेटफॉर्म्स। So what we do cross posting. We post on multiple platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. हम हर जगह पोस्ट करते हैं जहां पर भी हमारी ऑडियंस है। ठीक है, इफ यू आर अ फैशन क्रिएटर और आपकी ऑडियंस अगर Pinterest में है, तो अब मेटा ने ये भी लिया है कि आप Instagram लिंक करो एंड डायरेक्टली क्रॉस पोस्ट करो। Whatever you are posting on Instagram, it will get directly posted on Pinterest also, क्योंकि वहां पर भी उसको अपॉर्चुनिटी दिखी कि अगर मैंने यहाँ पर लिंक नहीं डाला तो बंदा Pinterest में आके अलग से पोस्ट नहीं करेगा। ठीक है, तो जहां पर सबको अपॉर्चुनिटी दिख रही है वहां हमें नहीं दिख रही। ठीक है, एंड वी आर स्पेंडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ मनी। आप पहले अपना ऑडियंस समझो, जब वो ऑडियंस क्रैक हो गया है, एनी पेड कैंपेन विल गिव यू 2x रिजल्ट्स और मे बी मोर, बिकॉज यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ योर ऑडियंस, राइट। अब आपने एक और चीज देखी होगी, मेनी पीपल आर अर्निंग अ लॉट फ्रॉम वेबिनार्स ऑल्सो। एक वेबिनार करते हैं, 99 रुपीज का वेबिनार होता है, उसमें आते हैं 100 लोग, आपका एड का खर्चा निकल गया, उसमें से आपने ऐसा बेचा जो आजकल बहुत हार्ड सेल, मतलब प्रॉपर क्लाइंट बैठा के लोग बिकवाते। ठीक है, अब वो पता नहीं उनको भी पैसे देंगे कि क्या किया, बट उसके कारण अगर आपकी 10 सेल भी निकल गई आउट ऑफ 100 पीपल, आपका 1 लाख रुपए तो एक दिन में बन गया ना कम से कम। वास्तु इज द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल, एस्ट्रोलॉजी इज द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ दिस। ठीक है, आप कोई भी एस्ट्रो वेबिनार अटेंड करके देखो, यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि सेल्स होती क्या है। ठीक है, तो दीज आर फ्यू एग्जांपल्स। आई टेल यू अबाउट कि हमें करना क्या चाहिए। ठीक है, आई शेयर माय अदर स्क्रीन अगेन। सॉरी, मैं 2 स्क्रीन मैनेज कर रही हूँ इसलिए। तो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि यू नीड टू बी द फेस, ठीक है? Either you become the face or you hire the face. The problem that comes if you are a brand or a business where you're hiring the face, ये बंदे पे डिपेंडेंसी बढ़ जाती है, ठीक है? ये बंदा आपको कल को बोल सकता है कि भाई ठीक है, आप मुझे अब आपको पेमेंट बढ़ानी पड़ेगी। Now there's third thing that has came, which is AI. ठीक है, अगर हमें शर्म आ रही है तो वी कैन लाइक गेट टूल्स लाइक हिक्सफील्ड व्हिच कॉस्ट यू अराउंड 6000 और मे बी $29 ओनली अगर आप बेसिक स्टैंडर्ड पैकेज लेते हो। तो यू क्रिएट योर फेस, एक मॉडल बन जाती है कंसिस्टेंट एंड यू कैन स्टार्ट रिकॉर्डिंग वीडियोस यूजिंग दैट। उसको आप फेस देना है, देन यू हैव टू यूज हिक्सफील्ड एंड देन हेजेन, इन दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन करो एंड अराउंड 5000-6000 में आपकी मॉडल क्रिएट हो जाएगी जिससे आप अपनी कंटेंट बना के पोस्ट कर सकते हो, ठीक है? तो यू नीड टू डिसाइड क्या आपको करना क्या। एंड AI इज लाइक, मतलब AI जो फेसेस हैं वो अभी बहुत ही बेहतरीन चल रहा है। इंस्टाग्राम, यूट्यूब नहीं करने देगा आपको मोनेटाइज। अगर यूट्यूब ने पकड़ लिया कि इट इज कम्प्लीटली AI, तो वो आपको मोनेटाइज नहीं करने देगा। यूट्यूब में डालने का फायदा ही ये है कि वो पैसे देता है आपको, ठीक है? तो अगर वहां पर डालना है तो अब जैसा इंस्टाग्राम चलता है वैसा यूट्यूब बिल्कुल नहीं चलता। इंस्टाग्राम में कॉपीराइट इश्यूज इतने नहीं आते जितने यूट्यूब में आते हैं। तो हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्रॉस पोस्ट करो बट उसकी स्ट्रैटेजी समझ के। नाउ कम्स द कि हमें करना क्या चाहिए। इफ यू वांट टू यूज फ्री मार्केटिंग देन गो रॉ एंड रियल लाइक दैट पर्सन आई शो, ठीक है? कि वो कैसे कहीं पर भी खड़े होकर कैसे कंटेंट बना रहे हैं, दैट इज रॉ एंड रियल। अब यही चल रहा है। जो वो सोफिस्टिकेटेड वाले कंटेंट रहते थे ना, पॉडकास्ट स्टूडियो लेके बढ़िया एडिटिंग होती थी सारी, वो जो पहले होते थे रील्स बनाते थे, अब नहीं चल रहा। अब जो चल रहा है वो है रॉ एंड रियल। जितने आप रॉ लगोगे, बिकॉज अब जो जनरेशन आ गई है वो जेनजी के आगे वाली बहुत होशियार है, उनको पता है, ठीक है? तो गो रॉ एंड रियल, बिल्ड अथॉरिटी विद ऑथेंटिसिटी। जब ये होगा तब ये लीड्स आएंगी, ठीक है? यू डोंट नीड अ पॉलिश कंटेंट जिसमें खर्चा लगता है, सबसे ज्यादा खर्चा लगता है पॉलिश कंटेंट में, ठीक है? नाउ व्हाट यू नीड टू डू, अगर इफ एनी ऑफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन डूइंग दिस, आपको रोज 15 मिनट कैमरा चालू करना है अभी भी, क्योंकि वैसे भी कोई देख नहीं रहा, ठीक है? लाइव नहीं जाना है, बस कैमरा चालू करना है एंड जो मन में आए उस टॉपिक पे बात करनी है फॉर 10 to 15 मिनट्स, बिकॉज दिस इज हाउ यू आर बिल्डिंग अ मसल मेमोरी, कि आप कभी भी कैमरा चालू होगा आप बिना अटके बिना पॉजेस के बोल पाओगे। तो व्हेन यू इफ यू वांट टू गो अहेड, इफ यू वांट टू डू कंटेंट क्रिएशन, किसी भी टाइप का, सबसे डिफिकल्ट जो कंटेंट क्रिएशन होता है ना वो होता है व्लॉगिंग। हमको लगता है यार क्या कैमरा उठाया और चल दिया, वो बंदे ने कितना सोचा होगा दिखाना क्या क्या है। व्लॉगिंग इज द मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट कंटेंट क्रिएशन में अगर कोई नीश है तो, क्योंकि उसमें आपको रैंडम बोलना पड़ता है और काम की चीज बोलनी पड़ती है कि लोग बोर ना हो, ठीक है? इट इज फुल ऑन एंटरटेनमेंट। तो अगर इफ यू डू दिस एक्सरसाइज 15 मिनट पर डे, आपकी वो मसल मेमोरी बिल्ड होगी एंड आपको फिर कोई स्क्रिप्ट की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, ठीक है? नाउ कम्स द लास्ट थिंग, पोस्ट फॉर 90 days straight एंड सी द रिजल्ट एंड यू कैन नॉट चीट। आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि आकृति मैंने 90 days डाला बस 4 महीने में डाला, ठीक है? वो नहीं होगा। रोज डालना है, एक जैसा कंटेंट डालना है और बंदे की, आपकी ऑडियंस के पेन पॉइंट पे ही कंटेंट डालना। ट्राई टू कीप इट एज क्रिस्प एज पॉसिबल। एक रील में एक ही सोल्यूशन दो। हमारे पास सोल्यूशंस बहुत सारे हैं बट लोग बोर हो जाते हैं, ठीक है? तो सिर्फ बच्चों का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है आजकल की, बच्चों को डिस्ट्रैक्शन हो रहा है, लोगों को भी हो गया, लोग एक से ज्यादा चीजें देख नहीं पाते, ठीक है? और इंस्टाग्राम पे लोग एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए आ रहे हैं, दे आर नॉट कमिंग फॉर एजुकेशन, ठीक है? तो वो ध्यान में रखते हुए इफ यू मिक्स एंटरटेनमेंट एंड एजुकेशन पीपल विल डेफिनेटली स्टॉप, ठीक है? तो इफ यू वांट टू स्टार्ट बिल्डिंग अ मार्केटिंग चैनल फॉर योरसेल्फ, स्टार्ट क्रिएटिंग कंटेंट। अभी भी लेट नहीं हुआ है। जो 2 साल पहले रणवीर अलाहाबादिया ने जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था तब बोले थे 25% कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स आ चुके हैं, अभी ज्यादा से ज्यादा 38-40% हो चुके हैं। अभी भी लेट नहीं हुआ है, अभी स्टार्ट नहीं किया तो फिर सच में लेट हो जाएगा, ठीक है? आप लोगों को अगर कोई क्वेश्चन है तो प्लीज आस्क, अदरवाइज आई विल शो यू मोर चैनल्स इफ यू वांट टू।
ऑफ कोर्स मैम, कोई क्वेश्चन आप पूछना चाहते हैं? So you can show more channels. In the meanwhile, just answer. अगर लोगो पुट किया जाए कोरोजल में, तो इवेंचुअली पोस्ट के उठने में या बेसिकली पोस्ट के ज्यादा व्यूअरशिप में कितना फर्क पड़ सकता है? लेट्स से वी आर पुटिंग
लोगो आप
कोरोजल
ब्राउजर
पोस्ट,
में डाल सकते हैं, रील में मत डालिए।
रील में मत
हाँ,
डालिए।
क्योंकि आपका जो प्रोफाइल है उसमें जो आपकी इमेज लगी है, दैट इज योर ब्रांडिंग, वो आपकी हर पोस्ट के साथ दिख ही रही है। तो आपको एक पर्टिकुलर, और आजकल एआई ये हो गया है, आपका जो एल्गोरिदम है, अब एआई एल्गोरिदम, तो वो चेक करता है कि भाई किसी ने कोई किसी की क्लिप उठाई है क्या, उसको बंदे ने क्रेडिट नहीं दिया है क्या, तो आपको ऑलरेडी आपको क्रेडिट मिल जाता है। अगर किसी ने आपकी कोई रील उठाई है तो आपको क्रेडिट मिल जाएगा, अगर वो एक पर्टिकुलर सेकंड्स के हिसाब से क्रॉस किया है तो आपको क्रेडिट कैसे भी मिल जाएगा। वो उस बंदे को व्यूज नहीं जाएंगे, वो व्यूज आप ही को जाएंगे। ठीक है, तो लोगो लगाने से खुद जो इंस्टा के सीईओ है, उन्होंने खुद बोला है कि योर रीच विल गो डाउन अगर आप लोगो लगाते हैं तो। बट डेफिनेटली आप अपने हैंडल का नाम @ करके लगा सकते हो।
अच्छा अच्छा, सो कोरोजल में भी लोगो लगाना शुड नॉट बी द आइडियल, बट हैंडल का नाम लगाना,
दैट इज फाइन, कराउजल इज फाइन, टॉकिंग हेड में नहीं लगाना।
अच्छा
रील्स में नहीं लगाना, बेसिकली टॉकिंग हेड भी नहीं, रील्स में, बी रोल्स में, कुछ भी आप ये बना रहे हो उसमें मतलब।
ओके, एंड मॉडल के लिए आप कोई एआई ऐप सजेस्ट करेंगे पर्टिकुलरली? अगर मॉडल बनाना है इन टर्म्स ऑफ, हाँ, ह्यूमन मॉडल बनाना है, लेट्स से अभी स्वप्निल जी को अगर उनके रेस्टोरेंट के रूम्स को सेल करने के लिए मॉडल बनाना है, तो उसके लिए कुछ एआई ऐप्स आप सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं?
राइट, आप 2 मॉडल्स यूज करने पड़ेंगे, 2 टूल्स यूज करने पड़ेंगे आपको। एक पहला हो गया हिक्सफील्ड, हिक्सफील्ड से आपकी मॉडल बनेगी, ठीक है, हिक्सफील्ड। या फिर आप ये भी कर सकते हो कि आप मॉडल बनाओ एंड फिर हिक्सफील्ड अगर यूज किया है ना, तो आपको उसमें सब मिल जाता है। आपको मतलब सारे टूल्स उसमें आ गए हैं ऑलरेडी, जो क्लिंग है, जो मतलब अपन को जो अलग अलग खरीदना पड़ता है वो सब हिक्सफील्ड में आ गया। तो आपको अलग से सारे टूल्स लेने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, सिर्फ हिक्सफील्ड लो। दूसरा आपको हेजन लेना
पड़ेगा।
या नो, इट्स नॉट एन ऐप, इट्स मतलब आपको ब्राउजर में वेबसाइट मिल जाएगी, वो काफी लोड लेता है, तो उसका ऐप मैंने तो अभी तक के नहीं यूज किया, दिखा भी नहीं मुझे, मैंने ट्राई किया था। इट्स अ ब्राउजर
वेबसाइट है,
राइट। एंड दूसरा है हेजन, जो आप यूज करोगे फॉर मेकिंग दैट मॉडल स्पीक द स्क्रिप्ट दैट यू वांट टू
एजेंट।
हेजन
एनिमेशन पॉसिबल है इसमें?
क्या बोल रहा है?
एनिमेशन पॉसिबल है?
हाँ, एनिमेशन भी बन जाता है।
कुछ कैरेक्टर्स हमने बनाए हैं, उस पे एनिमेशन का प्लान है हमारा।
मैं आपको कुछ फोटोज दिखाती हूँ, ठीक है, आप लोग बताओ क्या ये एआई है, ठीक है? Can you see my screen? क्या लगता है सच में गई थी इनके एआई? म्यूट है आप, शांतना जी, श्रद्धा आप भी म्यूट है।
ये गूगल फोटो से किया है क्या?
नहीं, क्या लग रहा है, मैं गई थी कि एआई है?
एआई है।
एआई है।
श्रद्धा आपको
एआई
और दिखाओ, देखो ये आगे बढ़ नहीं रहा,
ये भी एआई एआई
लेकिन बहुत रियलिस्टिक है, ये तो बहुत ही रियलिस्टिक
ये है हिक्सफील्ड, ठीक है, ये मैंने हिक्सफील्ड से बनाया है। तो आप मॉडल भी बना सकते हो और अपने लिए मैनिफेस्टेशन भी, कि आगे जाके मुझे होना क्या है।
जबरदस्त।
तो यूज हिक्सफील्ड एंड हेजन।
हिक्सफील्ड के जो मॉडल्स है वो अपने आप को हम मॉडल में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं और उससे
यूज करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, और यू यूज पिंटरेस्ट, वहां से आप इंस्पिरेशन लो कि मुझे इस टाइप की मॉडल चाहिए, उसको ट्वीक करो, उसका प्रॉम्प्ट आपको ट्वीक करना पड़ेगा एंड फिर आपको अपनी मॉडल बनानी पड़ेगी।
अच्छा, पिंटरेस्ट भी एआई यूज करता है?
पिंटरेस्ट में इंस्पिरेशन लेता है। मैंने ये जो पिंक वाला फोटो लास्ट दिखाया, मैंने पिंटरेस्ट से एक बंदी उठाई, अपना कैरेक्टर मैंने बना के रखा है, मैंने बोला इस फोटो में मैं दिखनी चाहिए, तो उसने सिमिलर बनाया, सेम नहीं बनाया, ठीक है, सिमिलर। तो सिमिलर बनाता है, वो सेम नहीं बनाएगा कोई भी चीज। बहुत फालतू के भी क्रिएट कर देता है कि जिसमें आप दिख ही नहीं रहे हो, आपको लड़का बना दिया, ठीक है, कुछ भी वो करता है, बट उसमें जो डिटेल्स है एक्सप्लेन में, दैट इज वेरी मतलब क्रिस्प, बहुत क्लियर डिटेल्स आएंगी आपको। कोई अगर ज्यादा डार्क सर्कल है तो वो भी बराबर दिखेंगे, फिर आपको अलग उसमें एडिटिंग करनी पड़ेगी।
अच्छा, तो ये पिंटरेस्ट में आप प्रॉम्प्ट डाल सकते हैं बोल रहे हो?
नहीं, पिंटरेस्ट इज अ साइट जहाँ पर आपको सारे
मॉडल्स मिल जाएंगे।
दिखते हैं। हाँ, वो ज्यादा आपको पता नहीं होगा शांतनु जी, क्योंकि वुमेन ओरिएंटेड ज्यादा है पिंटरेस्ट में,
अच्छा,
ज्यादा जो पॉपुलेशन है वो औरतों की है। वहां से हम बहुत इंस्पिरेशन लेते हैं फॉर क्लोथ्स, फॉर फूड रेसिपीज, फॉर होम
तो
डेकोर।
मैं कभी कभार फोटोज के लिए यूज करता हूँ, क्योंकि अपने क्रिकेटर्स के, ये हीरोज के वगैरह फोटोज भी उसमें होते हैं ना।
राइट राइट राइट,
तो
सब
वो
लोग अपने वहाँ पर आप डालते हैं, बोर्ड्स बना के रख सकते हैं, जैसे हम पिन बोर्ड बनाते हैं ना कि मुझे ये चीज चाहिए, ये याद रखने के लिए, जैसे हम बुक मार्क करते थे, इट इज काइंड ऑफ।
right. Anyways, great. So anyone have any question for Akriti ma'am?
Actually, I had one question. आपने जो फॉर्मूला बताया था when putting the video, you mentioned a hook, simple solution and directly CTA, correct? Yeah.
शॉर्टकट, ठीक है,
Okay.
ठीक है। तो आपको किसी की भी स्क्रिप्ट अच्छी लगती है, ठीक है, बहुत ही मतलब ये बंदे जितना भी बोलता है ना, मैं हमेशा पूरा सुनता हूँ। इफ देयर इज अ पर्सन जिसके साथ आपका ऐसा होता है, उसकी वीडियो उठाओ, ठीक है, उसकी वीडियो उठा के जाओ ऑन रील सेव और डाउनलोड दैट वीडियो, ठीक है।
Okay.
आपने वीडियो डाउनलोड किया, उसके बाद आपने क्या करना है, जाना है जेमिनी पे,
Okay.
ठीक है, जेमिनी पे वो वीडियो अपलोड करना है, उसको बोलना है ट्रांसक्राइब दिस वीडियो and analyze it end to end from visual, script, editing, ठीक है, from and shooting, सारे पर्सपेक्टिव में मुझे ये स्क्रिप्ट ब्रेक डाउन करके एनालिसिस करके दो। अब इससे होगा क्या, आपको स्क्रिप्ट का स्ट्रक्चर मिलेगा कि बंदे ने ये टोन यूज किया, ये लैंग्वेज मिक्स यूज किया, इसमें जो स्क्रिप्ट का स्ट्रक्चर था वो ये था, हुक आया, हुक के भी बहुत वेराइटीज है, डायरेक्ट हुक, बोल्ड हुक, नेगेटिव हुक, ये चीजें आजकल चल रही है, ठीक है। ऑडियंस, आप ये भी पूछ सकते हो इस बंदे की ऑडियंस क्या होगी, ये टॉपिक्स कौन से उठा रहा है, ये टॉपिक्स कहाँ से उठा रहा है, किस टाइप के टॉपिक्स हो सकते हैं, ये सब चीजें जेमिनी से पूछो, जेमिनी डिटेल निकाल के देगा। अब आपको अपने लिए जो जो चीजें उठानी है वो उठाओ और अपनी स्क्रिप्ट उसको बोलो, ठीक है मुझे स्क्रिप्ट का स्ट्रक्चर अच्छा लग रहा है, पर ना मुझे इसके लिए मेरी ऑडियंस ये है, इसके लिए मुझे ये स्ट्रक्चर यूज करना है, नाउ राइट ऑन दिस टॉपिक, दिस ऑडियंस एंड यूज द सेम स्ट्रक्चर दैट यू हैव डिकोडेड राइट नाउ। और बस आपकी स्क्रिप्ट बन के आ जाएगी। अब उसे आपको बिल्कुल भी कॉपी पेस्ट करके बोलना नहीं है, अब आपको उसको पढ़ना है, समझना है एंड रॉ तरीके से बोलना है, ठीक है। कि जैसे अभी मैं अपने एक वीडियो दिखाती हूँ, ये मैंने एकदम रैंडम बनाया था, ठीक है, मैंने इसमें कुछ भी ये नहीं किया कि कोई स्क्रिप्ट नहीं थी इसमें, देखो आप लोग को पता नहीं, पर मैं इतने बार बात कर चुकी हूँ कि अब वो शायद समझ में ना आए, बट मैं फिर भी एक बार दिखाती हूँ
जी।
पोस्ट करना पड़ता है, तुम भी यही सोचते हो ना। चलो आज तुम्हारी ये प्रॉब्लम का ना सोल्यूशन दे ही देती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने अपने लिए भी इसे सेट किया है। तो बीइंग एन एजेंसी ओनर, मुझे खुद का एज वेल एज अपने क्लाइंट्स का अकाउंट ग्रो करना रहता है, बट मेरे पास इतना टाइम नहीं रहता कि मैं रोज आके ये टॉकिंग हेड रील्स बनाऊं। तो मैंने इसे सॉर्ट कर दिया है बस ये 3 फॉर्मेट से। सबसे पहला है टॉकिंग हेड, जो अभी मैं तुम्हारे साथ बात कर रही हूँ, ये अथॉरिटी बिल्ड करता है, इससे आती है लीड्स, चाहे व्यूज आए ना आए। सेकंड होता है कराउजल, जो आजकल बेहतरीन चल रहे हैं, नॉट इन न्यू अकाउंट्स बट इन ओल्ड अकाउंट्स, जिनकी रीच टू नॉन फॉलोअर्स गिर चुकी है तो 38-40%। और ये इतने ईजी होते हैं बनाने के लिए कि एक दिन बैठो और बल्क में कंटेंट बना लो, बट इसमें ऐसी वैल्यू देना जो लोग सेव करें या शेयर करें। लास्ट आता है सबसे बेहतरीन, वो है बी रोल। अब बी रोल क्या होता है, बहुत लोग पूछेंगे। तो भाई बी रोल ऐसा है कि सपोज मैं इसे फिक्स कर रही हूँ और मैं कैमरे की तरफ बिल्कुल नहीं देख रही हूँ, तो कुछ भी आप जो कैमरे की तरफ ना देखते हुए करते हो, दैट इज अ बी रोल। अब भाई बी रोल में तुम्हें होना बहुत जरूरी है, क्यों? क्योंकि तुम्हारा ब्रांड है ना। ब्रांडिंग कैसे होगी अगर अपना चेहरा नहीं दिखाओगे? अब ये बी रोल को यूज करने का सबसे बेहतरीन तरीका है टू ईदर आस्क योर ऑडियंस टू रीड कैप्शन और कमेंट अ वर्ड टू गिव देम एक्स्ट्रा वैल्यू इन अ फॉर्म ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट। अगर तुमने ये 3 फॉर्मेट का कॉम्बिनेशन बना लिया अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी में, तो लाइफ हो जाएगी मजे ही मजे। तो अभी भी यहाँ क्या देख रहे हो, जाओ स्ट्रैटेजी चेंज करो। ओके बाय।
अच्छा, ये बी रोल में पॉडकास्ट भी
हाँ जी।
बी रोल का ही पार्ट हो गया एक तरीके से, क्योंकि आप कैमरा में नहीं देख रहे हो उसमें कॉन्शियसली।
नहीं, पॉडकास्ट एक रील का फॉर्मेट है, टॉकिंग हेड का फॉर्मेट है। आप ऐसा
अच्छा
सामने देख के बात करो, टॉकिंग हेड है। आप ऐसा
अच्छा
देख के बात करो, वो भी टॉकिंग हेड ही है बट अलग है। आपने एक और बंदा सामने ले आए तो वो इंटरव्यू हो गया, ठीक है। आपने अपना ही एक और बंदा ले आए, क्लोन ले आए, तो वो क्लोन हो गया या आपका डबल रोल हो गया, ठीक है।
ओके
तो जो मैंने
ओके
अभी ये बोला, इसमें ये ओरिजिनल क्यों था, क्योंकि मैंने बेहतरीन 3 बार बोला। कोई भी स्क्रिप्ट कभी बेहतरीन नहीं बोलती, कोई एआई कभी बेहतरीन नहीं बोलता। तो हम अपने फील्ड में बेस्ट हैं। प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हमें लगता है हम उस फील्ड में बेस्ट नहीं है, तो उसके हिसाब से कैसे बोलेंगे। नहीं, आपको बोलना ही नहीं, आपको अपनी फील्ड के हिसाब से बोलना है। बस ये फॉर्मेट ध्यान रखना है कि भाई हुक क्या होता है, सामने वाले की तकलीफ, वो तकलीफ को डायरेक्ट बोलना है। तो बंदा रुक गया कि ओके ये मेरे लिए है। उसके बाद आपने उस तकलीफ का सोल्यूशन दिया, जो कि हो गए आपके स्टेप्स। और फिर तीसरा हो गया कि भाई अभी भी क्या करो, फॉलो कर लो, नहीं तो अगली बार तो दिखूंगी नहीं, ठीक है। तो वो हो गया आपका सीटीए, कॉल टू एक्शन। जब तक के लोगों को बोलोगे नहीं, करेंगे नहीं, है ना। आप भी एड्स में बटन लगाते ही हो ना सीटीए का, वरना क्यों जरूरी होता सीटीए का बटन, है ना। तो वैसे ही।
Perfect. Thanks a lot.
नो वरीज।
अच्छा, ये बी रोल में मैम एक कुछ एग्जांपल अच्छा दिखा सकते हो कि बी रोल का एग्जांपल है, आपने पोस्ट किया हुआ है या कोई क्लाइंट ने पोस्ट किया हुआ है? 2-3 एग्जांपल दिखाओ।
हम लोग बहुत बनाते हैं, दिखाती हूँ, आजकल बी रोल्स ही चल रहे हैं। तो हमारी जो क्लाइंट है, जिनका मैंने पेज दिखाया था अभी आपको, इसमें दिखा होगा आपको रील में, डॉक्टर सदफ, उनका में अभी टॉकिंग हेड क्योंकि सबका बैठ गया है, बी रोल्स बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है। मैं आपको दिखाती हूँ। सब बी रोल्स भी बहुत वैरायटी के बन रहे हैं, तो आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि आपके निश में क्या चल रहा है। इनका देखो, ये वाला बी रोल 29.4 मिलियन गया है, ठीक है। ये देखो, तो ले आई है। अब जहां पर वो आएंगी, वो एक अलग बी रोल है। ठीक है, जो भी जिसमें भी वो बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, जैसे ये वाले में वो बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। अब आप इस टाइप का भी बना सकते हो, दिस इज एंटरटेनमेंट। बी रोल बेसिकली हम शॉर्टकट है, वो आपको कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन करने के लिए, कि एक
अच्छा,
साथ
तो
खूब सारा
बेसिकली बी रोल
कंटेंट।
थिंग जहाँ पे व्यक्ति बात नहीं कर रहा है, लेकिन उसको जो कंटेंट डालना है वो डाल रहा है।
राइट राइट राइट। तो ये जैसे मैंने अभी स्टार्ट किया है, मुझे बिल्कुल बी रोल बनाने की आदत नहीं थी, और मुझे आता भी नहीं था कि खुद से कैसे बनाऊं, खुद के कैसे शूट करूं। तो इसलिए मैंने हिक्स व्हील लिया। मेरे पति को बहुत अच्छी फोटोग्राफी नहीं आती, वो अच्छा शूट नहीं कर पाते, तो मैंने कोई बात नहीं, हिक्स व्हील से मैं ज्यादातर फोटोज बना लूंगी। अब बस उसमें मुझे मूवमेंट डालना है। अगर वो मूवमेंट डाल दिया, जो कि एआई से हो जाता है, वो डाल दिया तो वो बी रोल बन जाएगा। पर अब मैंने अपने लिए भी ट्राई करना चालू किया है। उसके लिए क्या करते हैं, आप ट्राइपॉड लगा लो, एक सेल्फी ट्राइपॉड आता है, बहुत ही इजी टू यूज होता है, क्योंकि वो जल्दी बंद हो जाता है, आप कहीं पर भी फिक्स कर सकते हो, उसमें बटन होता है, तो आप कहीं से भी उसको शूट कर सकते हो। सेल्फी ट्राइपॉड लो, ठीक है, अमेजोन पे आपको आराम से मिल जाएगा, कहीं पर भी रख दो। थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा, जैसे मैं अभी क्या करती हूँ, मैं टाइप कर रही हूँ तो मैं उसका वीडियो शूट कर लेती हूँ, मैं यहाँ पर बात कर रही हूँ, यहाँ पर अगर मैं कैमरा लगा दूंगी तो ये शूट हो जाएगा। तो ये सारे आपके बी रोल्स बहुत सारे बन के रेडी हो जाते हैं। अब बस आपने बस कभी ऐसे करते हो बोल दो, कभी ऐसे रीड करते हो रीड कैप्शन बोल दो, कभी ऐसे कोई एक्सप्रेशन देना है। इट इज कंटेंट क्रिएशन इज ऑल, मतलब ऑल अबाउट एक्टिंग, ठीक है। आप छोटे एक्टर ही बन रहे हो, एंड इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स मूवीज और सीरीज में भी आने लगे हैं, क्योंकि एक्टिंग करना ही पड़ता है। मैंने तो देखा है गायनेकोलॉजिस्ट तो इतनी एक्टिंग कर रहे हैं भाई साहब, आप सोच नहीं सकते कि कितनी एक्टिंग उनको करनी पड़ती है। जो मेरी डॉक्टर है, क्लाइंट है, वो नहीं कर पाती उतना, बट मैं उनको बोलती हूँ थोड़ा सा एक्सप्रेसिव हो जाओ, जरूरी है। बट अगर आप नहीं हो सकते तो कोई बात नहीं, स्टार्ट विद पॉडकास्ट काइंड ऑफ रील, जो कि आप ऐसे बैठ के बात कर रहे हो एंड आप कैमरे में देख ही नहीं रहे हो, तो कोई स्ट्रेस ही नहीं है, आप तो कैमरे में देख ही नहीं रहे, ठीक है। तो ट्राई करो 15 मिनट्स की प्रैक्टिस। मैं श्रद्धा जी का वेट करूंगी कि उनके कंटेंट जल्दी आना चालू हो।
राइट राइट राइट। मैम, ये बी रोल में अगर कोई लेट्स से व्यक्ति है उसने बात नहीं किया है लेकिन वॉइस और यूज कर रहा है एंड जस्ट शोइंग हिज स्लाइड्स, तो विल इट बी अ पार्ट ऑफ अ बी रोल? उसको क्या माना जाएगा?
उसको बोलते हैं वॉइस ओवर और बी रोल का फॉर्मेट। ठीक है,
अच्छा।
तो ज्यादातर आप मोटिवेशन या फिटनेस में देखोगे, फिटनेस के जो भी क्रिएटर्स रहते हैं उसमें देखोगे वो लोग अपने जिम का कुछ कर रहे हैं, खाना बना रहे हैं या प्रोटीन शेक पी रहे हैं, कुछ भी कर रहे हैं, तो वो बनाते बनाते वो वॉइस ओवर देते हैं। ठीक है,
राइट।
तो अगर आप, जैसे मैं आपको एक चैनल दिखाती हूँ, ये हमारे अभी नए क्लाइंट है, उनका हमको एक चैलेंज के थ्रू उनका ग्रो करना है, तो 2-3 दिन पहले ही उनका पोस्टिंग करना चालू की है। तो आपको इनके एग्जाम्पल दिखाती हूँ। ये है फिटनेस में आजकल चैलेंजेस बहुत चल रहे हैं। ठीक है, कि कोई, आपने अगर देखा होगा, मुझे नहीं पता किसी ने देखा है तो, कि स्पून से दीवार खोदने का पहला दिन है, जितने फॉलोअर्स होंगे उतना मैं दीवार को स्पून वो करूंगा, फोक से खोदने का। और इसमें भाई मिलियन मिलियन फॉलोअर्स जा रहे हैं लोगों के। स्पून से एक पत्थर को लात मारूंगा, जितने फॉलोअर्स बढ़ेंगे, इनको गोल बनाऊंगा। ऐसे चैलेंजेस चल रहे हैं, तो वो हम इनके साथ नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि इनको प्रॉपर अपनी ऑडियंस चाहिए फिटनेस वाली, क्योंकि फिटनेस कोच है, अल्टीमेटली इसमें अपनी सर्विस बेचेंगे। तो हमने इनके लिए क्या किया है ये दिखाते हैं। तो ये आपको मिक्सचर मिलेगा बी रोल, वॉइस ओवर और टॉकिंग हेड का।
21 years of sports taught me don't write a story about what happened. Write the story, then make it happen. आज माइंड ने बोला निशा कोई नहीं देख रहा, रहने देते हैं, बट मैंने कहा I am watching. To live an extraordinary life, you have to do hard things. एक एथलीट के कंफर्ट जोन में स्टेडियम नहीं भरते. Whether 10 people watch or 100K, still 5 AM, still the same grid. कल मिलते हैं day 3 done. 21 years of sports. Pressure ruins growth? नहीं, pressure character reveal करता है. Day 4 of rebuilding. For every 1,000 followers, adds 30 seconds to the plank and most like comment gets posted on the mirror until the mirror is completely covered. लोग कहते हैं pressure ruins growth. मैं कहती हूँ pressure character reveal करता है. ये plank, ये pain, ये struggle, ये बस 10% है. बाकी 90% वो मेरा response है. You see successful लोग समझते हैं कि वो 10% कंट्रोल नहीं कर सके, पर 90% उनके हाथ में है। तो आज मैं अपना 90% चूज कर रही हूँ। आई एम स्टेइंग राइट हियर। रूल्स अभी भी वही हैं। 30 सेकेंड प्लान्स फॉर एवरी 1,000 फॉलोअर्स, मोस्ट लाइक कमेंट पोस्टेड ऑन द मिरर। एंड अगर एक दिन भी मिस हुआ, आई विल बी डूइंग आइस बाथ। आज आपने अपने 90% के साथ क्या किया? Day 4 डन।
So she is in Canada, वहाँ पर बहुत ठंडी है, इसीलिए हमने आइस बकेट रखा है कि 1 डिग्री पे अगर वो आइस बकेट चैलेंज करेंगे तो लोगों को, बस ये क्या है, लोगों को विजिबिलिटी लाने में, इसमें अकाउंट को रीच होने में टाइम लगेगा। जैसे ही इनकी एक रील फटेगी, लाइक इन 2025 रील्स में अगर एक जैसे ही रील उठेगी, वैसे ही उनका 200K का टारगेट है वो पूरा हो जाएगा। तो दिस वाज द एग्जांपल ऑफ टॉकिंग हेड, बी रोल एंड वॉइस ओवर।
राइट। तो ये आपने जो बात की ना अभी मैम, कि एक ही रील फटेगी तो उनका जो टारगेट है 25K का वो रीच हो जाएगा, तो ये किस तरीके से फटेगी? माने आप बोल रहे हो कि उसको पे करना पड़ेगा या लकीली वो?
नहीं, अकाउंट में क्या होता है, अकाउंट धीरे धीरे ग्रो करता है। ठीक है, तो अकाउंट में ऐसा है कि आपको, आपने डाला और रीच बढ़ गई, वैसा नहीं होएगा। ठीक है,
अच्छा।
मुझे नहीं पता, मैंने देखे बहुत सारे अकाउंट्स फटे भी हैं, बट उनके बहुत सारे चैनल्स होते हैं जहाँ पर वो पब्लिक उसको मतलब प्रमोट करते हैं। बट अगर आप कोई भी चैनल अकाउंट बनाओगे, आपको दिखेगा धीरे धीरे उसकी रीच उठ रही है, क्योंकि आप रोज कंटेंट डाल रहे हो, एंगेजमेंट कर रहे हो। और फिर क्या होता है, उसकी रीच उठने के कारण एक रील ऐसी होती है जिसमें लोग सबसे ज्यादा एंगेज करते हैं, बात करना चालू करते हैं, रिलेट करना चालू करते हैं। उसके कारण बाकी कंटेंट भी जल्दी जल्दी पुश होना चालू होता है, मतलब फीड में ज्यादा दिखना चालू होता है। उसके कारण आपके फॉलोअर्स बढ़ते हैं, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली लोग विजिट करते हैं एंड देन दे फॉलो योर जर्नी।
अच्छा,
मेरा एक बेसिक क्वेश्चन है, जैसे आपने अभी फिटनेस का अकाउंट दिखाया था, वी आर ऑल्सो बिल्डिंग अ सिमिलर फिटनेस ब्रांड विद मल्टीपल फिटनेस ट्रेनर्स, मेन का है, वुमेन का है, मिलिट्री कॉम्बैट इंस्ट्रक्टर्स है। तो एवरी इंटरेस्ट शुड हैव अ डिफरेंट अकाउंट, जैसा ट्रेनर्स ने ही हमारे कहा, या एवरी ट्रेनर कैन गो इनटू सिंगल अकाउंट, इंस्टाग्राम का, फेसबुक का, लिंक्डइन का?
देखो, अगर आपका एक ब्रांड है जिसके अंदर सारे ट्रेनर्स हैं, तो दे कैन गो इन वन अकाउंट। ठीक है, अगर आप मल्टीपल ट्रेनर्स बना रहे हो तो आपको मल्टीपल अकाउंट्स बनाने पड़ेंगे। बट एक बात ध्यान रखना कि हर अकाउंट एक जैसा ग्रो नहीं करता, हर अकाउंट को ग्रो करने में कम से कम 3 से 6 महीने जाते हैं, ठीक है। एंड वो कितने जल्दी बंदा कैमरा में फ्री होगा उस पर भी डिपेंड करता है कि आपका अकाउंट कितने जल्दी ग्रो होगा। तो इतने सारे अकाउंट्स बना के उसको ग्रो करने से बेटर होता है हमेशा एक अकाउंट पहले ग्रो करो एंड फिर उसके मल्टीपल PR चैनल्स बनाओ एंड फिर इतना बम्बार्ड करो कंटेंट कि आपका चेहरा लोगों के दिमाग में छप जाए, जैसे राजशमानी।
राइट।
राजशमानी पोस्ट 300 पोस्ट पर डे मल्टीपल चैनल्स में। क्यों? क्योंकि अब उसको ब्रांड रिकॉल चाहिए कि हर जगह पॉडकास्ट आए तो राजशमानी याद है।
राइट राइट।
ठीक है, तो वो है।
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट।
मैम और कुछ आप दिखाना चाहते हैं?
आप लोग को देखना और चैनल्स देखा।
अमेजिंग, थैंक यू सो मच, अमेजिंग प्रेजेंटेशन। और
Thank
इवन
you.
माय क्या होता है, जैसे परफॉर्मेंस मार्केटिंग में भी मुझे बोलना पड़ता है कि आपका कुछ तो होना चाहिए अकाउंट, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने 0 से स्टार्ट किया और इमीडिएटली आपने एड स्टार्ट किया।
राइट।
अगर आपके अकाउंट में कुछ अच्छे पोस्ट है, एंगेजमेंट है, फॉलोअर्स है, तो डेफिनेटली आपका रिजल्ट एटलीस्ट 3x 4x बढ़ता है।
राइट राइट राइट।
डेफिनेटली ये सारे पॉइंट्स मैं बोलूंगा क्लाइंट्स को।
हाँ जी, बिल्कुल
जी।
ठीक है। शांतनु जी डन दें, कुछ भी लगेगा तो गाइस को ले जाओ तो मैं शेयर के अकाउंट।
So we will head towards Stanley sir's masterclass. Welcome Stanley sir. So eager to learn from you. I'm sure there will be a lot of learnings from the 15 invaluable laws of growth.
Fantastic. Is that after the fantastic presentation by Aakriti in terms of the today's world of what is called the AI and then the social media and the interaction and communications, okay, what is just missing is one aspect, that is growth. How many of you agree on that? Like, because everywhere, all of you are talking of 212K viewers and this and that, like, okay. And what I'm going to touch on something which is the most, I think it's very close to Shantanu's. I don't know whether it's seen that way. It's showing the other way around. I think they can see it correctly or not. I don't know. Like,
yeah. We all can see.
We can all see it. Like, okay. Shantanu seemed to be sold out. This is a book which I've been reading many, many years ago, and I think all underlined, re-underlined, and everything, and then worked out on. And let's try to see what we can do. Let me share my screen. One minute. Okay, yeah. Okay, screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just going to get into the 1 minute to my presentation mode. Yep, got it. Clean, clear, fine.
Absolutely.
Done. Okay, now why am I doing what and why I want to share these things? Let me just start a little bit from the beginning. I can't see all of your faces, so although I would love to see all of you guys, I think I should have tried the other thing, iMac, but I didn't do that part. Fine. Basically, I think there is what Swapnil and Ameya and Aakriti and all of you. I've been in the marketplace in India for about 10 years and about Middle East about 30 years, and totally about 40 years after my MBA from Jawaharlal Bajaj, and then been in the frozen food field for nearly 3 decades. So a little bit of Swapnil, we can connect together to see what exactly we can do on. I've been the person who launched out Venky's and then launched out Americana in Saudi Arabia, then entire poultry company in Oman, and then in Qatar, and so on. Been in the poultry, dairy, juices, and meat processing, further processing, vegetable processing, all those things. And I've been general manager, CEO of companies, and come back to India. Now, what is the one factor which brought me to India is I want to come and see how I can add some value to people across over here. Therefore, since 2015, when I was heading the company in Qatar, okay, I became the John Maxwell executive director, started associating with them and learning things from them. And then I said, okay, fine, now let me see how I can know and learn from the gurus who have already walked ahead, and then I can add value to the people across over here. So Where is my... yeah. So primarily, there's a little bit of introduction about me. Now, what is the thing which I want to touch today is I need to interact because the entire session is on interactive mode. Okay. I first thought it is going to be in live. So in fact, I did a certain exercises of in physical exercise, how you guys are going to do certain thing. But suddenly, Shantanu threw the, what do you call, the new thing telling, sorry, sir, you're going to have it online. So come prepared for the online scenario. I said, okay, fine. I have to rework on it. Let me hear from you guys. What do you want out of life? What exactly is that?
We'll start with
Can I hear
Aakriti.
something?
Yeah.
Everybody,
We'll
which
start
of you like?
just with the Aakriti. Yeah.
I want, there's a lot of things that I want. Few things, two things is peace and paisa.
Yes. What and paisa?
Peace.
Peace and paisa.
Peace and paisa. Beautiful. I think why not? I think it's a good thing to ask. Peace and paisa. Perfect. Good thought process. Beautiful. Very good.
Shraddha ma'am.
Anybody else? Where is Swapnil? Is there or Swapnil left?
I think he has left. So anyways, Shraddha ma'am.
I can say fulfillment, happiness.
Fulfillment and happiness. Good.
I would say out of life, I want to experience all areas of my life to the fullest.
All area of your life is fittest.
And no area is left unexplored.
Absolutely. No areas to left unsaid. Very, very nice. Interesting. Good. Now, how do I... This is... I have to keep making the screen bigger, only then I can be changing it across. I think is my thing screen now went off, is it?
No, it's visible.
No, it is visible.
But I think the whole thing has come back, right?
It is working perfectly.
Okay, but only thing is, but working perfectly with the screen mode only, or what is it like it is showing? Just give me 1 minute. No.
So your logo is visible. Nothing else is visible.
Nothing is visible, right? That's what I said. Like, let me just, you're presenting and stop sharing, and then just let me get back to you. Share. Fine. Now it's clear, right? Now all of them. The only thing is when I use this mode, I can't see you guys. Like, that's a problem. Now we can, is all clear? All of you can see this?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you want? Okay, fine. Now, I want to tell you, every one of you wanted peace, you want paisa, you wanted to see the world around, and you want to enjoy every part of life, and you want to have a happiness and be around. But there's one thing, what happens is, every one of us have got a comfort zone. I would say everyone. All of us want to be in our comfort zone. Agreed, everyone? Now,
right.
If you are going to be in your comfort zone, whatever you want to be, that is going to be stalling. I'm going to show a few videos. It's, I think, thank God, all of you can be able to understand what the videos is, and we'll see how it works out. Okay? The video clear?
Yes, sir.
On the moss. We're growing moss.
Yes.
And what about cake? Is it the wonder fuel of the future? We are going for liftoff in T-minus.
Coming up on Animal Hoarders, this woman shares her trailer with 87 cats.
That's basically a giant litter box.
Next on the reality channel, the Dr. Gurn Show helps a pro golfer with toe fungus.
Seen it twice. But you just started your drink. Hey, let's watch Jumanji again.
I did just start my drink.
Coming up.
Oh, hey, Jumanji.
Jumanji.
I think I just said that.
I've seen it like 900 times.
Yeah, so you know how it ends.
Are you tired of sitting around all day and doing nothing?
Oh, change it. I hate this commercial.
When was the last time you...
I am kind of getting tired of this. Maybe I should...
It's probably your Amazon. Remember that hammock we ordered last week? I was thinking, we could hang it right across the...
Did I order something?
And now, our feature presentation.
Growth? Dude, I would not let this guy in our house. He's probably here to rob you. And I think he looks contagious. Dude, our movie's on.
And we have no time for that.
What will you do when your growth challenges your comfort zone?
What will you do when your growth challenges your comfort zone? Like Aakriti was mentioning so beautifully that there are so many people who want to make a reel, ye karne ka hai, but you mentioned so beautifully every day that 15 minutes in front of the camera speaking about it, and not 90 days becomes 120 days, but it's 90 days. Okay. Likewise, I want to ask the question to you guys. What hang-ups holds you back from completing or even attempting important things? We see when you are consistent, when you are diligent, when you are ready doing what you need to do, results are there waiting for you. But there are hang-ups in the minds of people, which holds you back from attempting the important things which is going to give growth. Right? How many of you agree to it?
Absolutely. Everyone.
Okay. Now, what is the impact of you giving into your comfort zone? What happens? And comfort zone always trains you, pulls you back to move ahead, where it is going to be a little bit of stretching that is going to take place. Okay. And I know it is not going to be stressing, but stretching. And what impact of you giving into your own comfort zone? What happens in that case?
This happens with me. I want to go for a run every day. I want to complete that 10,000 steps. But every day, I just don't wear that watch.
That is what sitting back in the comfort zone, right? And not letting off into that. We know what is to be done. Okay. True. Anybody else?
So I would answer it slightly differently. That majority of the times I go to gym and I don't generally work out very by putting my all in, because while being on the treadmill, I'm typing or I'm posting some content, or I'm doing some office work which is being pending throughout the day. So that has been happening, that actually I'm not entertaining myself with stuff which should not be done, but I'm putting my work in the time when I should be focusing on my workout. So both are getting affected. Maybe my work is getting done, but my workouts are getting affected.
So the impact of your comfort zone is something which can be done much more better and what you call more significant way gets affected when you are doing what you need to do and you're comfortable doing that instead of putting something else across. Right? Okay.
Right.
Now another video. Let's see what it has to say about it. Comfort zone resistance.
It's amazing how a chapter a day has changed the way we think.
There comes the comfort zone.
Hey, books are cool and all, but you know what time it is? It's time we learn how to use a double color bomb on Candy Crush. Pick up your phone. Hello?
And how do color bombs lead to success? I'm not seeing a connection.
Put them together and it clears the whole board, and you get like 50,000 points. Success.
You see the cheese you left on your page? Grapes? They don't do that.
How come we're not doing nothing that I want to do?
You mean anything?
No, I want to do nothing. This stinks. I hate to read. I don't want to work. What am I supposed to do while you two grow?
After this, we're going to the gym.
Growth is a choice to put aside your comfort zone in favor of something better.
So growth is intentional. It is a choice that you need to take to put aside certain things out of your comfort zone before you can do something which can add value to you, and you go on and move on. So what is the cost of abandoning your comfort zone? What happens when you want to abandon the comfort zone? Understood the question? What is the cost of abandoning? Sorry?
You move towards success, probably.
Yes, that is one thing. You move towards success. And the cost that you're going to pay is, oh, good friends, longer sleep, and I want to just put my legs up and watch the television show, which I would have otherwise missed it. The cost that you pay, right? When you have to miss out the comfort zone and want to get into growth zone. Growth zone is the thing which makes you to do something. Like you have to go to gym, you have to read a chapter a day. That's a growth zone. But this comfort zone is, chill karo, like, and doing nothing. That's what the comfort zone talks about. So what can you permit yourself today to begin to pay the price for what you really want? That is the serious question to each one of you. All of you are into social media, and of course, soon Swapnil has left, and you are into building your own businesses. Let me connect to the aspect of building businesses. Okay, so each one of you want to build your business, and you are doing building businesses, and you're also adding value into the lives of others who want to build their businesses. So what can you permit yourself today to begin to pay the price for what you really want? And what is the way? Like, I think for me, actually, my masterclass is already completed with what all tips which Aakriti said, and where if you do those things, that's going to be the solution for everything, for your growth. And you don't do it, you're going to miss out. Okay, to begin to pay the price for what you really want. Fine. Now, one more, and then we'll go on to slowly to the main thing. This is John Maxwell. He's speaking about it.
Growth is not automatic, and the secret of our success is going to be determined by our growth in our life. It's the only guarantee that tomorrow's going to get better. I read daily. You see, when I say I read daily,
aren't you going to get that?
That are my strengths.
It could be like a limited time sale on 4K TVs for like $49. It could be mom trapped in the basement. Again.
So this is not a reading contest. This is a growing contest.
So you're just going to let mom starve to death down in her.
Books you read. I'm talking about what kind of books you do read. You see, my father knew that. So
that's probably nothing.
This allows to read.
You should probably get that.
Self-help books and growth books.
What do you see what he bought? Oh, yes. Everything changes. Congrats, man. Really. Those books are really nice. They are going to look great on that shelf. They make you look so smart. Let's put those books on the shelf right now before Ellen starts. Tom Cruise is the special guest today. Maybe he'll jump up and down on the couch like he did when he was on Oprah. Now we're talking. Junk food? Really? What are you doing? Dude, are you kidding me? You're literally throwing out all my favorite things. Why do you have to be so uncomfortable? Well, if this video doesn't allow swearing, then yes, uncomfortable. Because success isn't easy. Does this mean we can't be bros anymore? You leaving me? You can't leave your comfort zone. Man, I never even got to try out the hammock. Hey, you guys want to watch a movie? You have a hammock? Wait up. Growth is the great separator between those who succeed and those who don't. John C. Maxwell.
So this is a very, very important statement. Growth is the major separator between those who succeed and those who don't. So are you willing to allow growth to take place of your comfort zone? It is an introspective question. Think about it. If I want to, maybe I'm doing something X, maybe I need to be 10X, 100X, 20, 200X, whatever is it. Am I willing to allow myself to grow? And what is that going to be? And what it takes for me to be in that situation, and how I have to move into that situation. Now, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Robert Schuller says, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Why this said is, many of us don't attempt. We remain like doing nothing, settling in a comfort zone. So what would you attempt to do if you knew you would not fail? You could not fail. One introspective question. Now, this is where John Maxwell talks about his 15 law of 15 laws of growth, irrefutable laws of growth, where he says, it starts with somebody asking a question. Do you have a plan to grow? Growth is not natural. That's a question I want to ask all of you. Do you have a plan to grow?
I think without plan, any home can't be built. So if you want to build a home, then you need to have a proper line plan and the blueprints and the structural plan. Then only it can be built and executed, and it can be conveyed to the construction workers. So just the same way, growth has to be built in a structural way.
Beautiful. Anybody else? Anything? Do you have a plan to grow? Growth is not natural.
I think short-term plans, yes, definitely. Long-term goal I have, but I'm still not clear on the plan on how to achieve it.
Beautiful. Waiting for that word. What John Maxwell says in his 15 laws of growth is 15 invaluable laws of growth. He says this line. He says, if you focus on goals, you may hit goals. Listen to me carefully. If you focus on goals, you said right now, that may be short-term goals. Yes, if you focus on goals, you may hit the goals. It may take time, it may be happening, whatever. But that does not guarantee growth. If you focus on growth, you will grow and always hit the goals. It's a very, very, very strong statement. So it is not the goals that he talks about. He talks about the growth goals that you need to have out. How are you going to talk about what is the growth that you need to have, and how is it that you're going to grow? So when you have the growth as a goal in your mind, you will always hit the goals that you want to achieve. But if you have like short-term goals, extra, like building a house, once I build a house, I will fill it, I will do something. But what about the growth? And I am working on something, a question to be asked by each of us: who am I? If not for titles, if not for the business cards, if not for my company, if not for the country name, pedigrees and surnames, if not for that, who am I? That will come to later. But I just want to tell you, what is your plan to grow is a question I want to ask. And growth is what I think Shraddha mentioned. Growth is happiness. So you have the growth that is going to lead you to the happiness that you deserve, the happiness that you need to have, the fulfillment that you need to have, the peace that you want to have, and everything that you want. Now listen to the statement. Unhappiness is not knowing what we want and killing ourselves to get it. That's the problem. There is no clarity. It's not knowing what we want and killing ourselves to get it. That is unhappiness, because there is no clarity in what we want. And we are stressing and struggling into something where we don't know where we are going. That is unhappiness. And today, I'm going to touch only two laws: the law of intentionality and the law of awareness. Okay? So, if you plan being anytime, anywhere, less than you're being capable of, you're probably being unhappy all the days of your life. Okay? If you plan on being anything less than you're capable of being, how can you be able to grow into that being rather than to be somebody? Okay, you will be probably unhappy all the days of your life. So how can you do that? Okay, we are going to see all these things in the two things which I'm going to work out on. Okay. Human beings, by the way, this is one of the fantastic statements which I just got. I said, human beings are the only species that don't innately strive to reach their full potential. Can you believe it? We have got everything in the world for us compared to any of the other species, and yet we are the only species who do not strive to reach our full potential. We just live in the comfort zone where we don't want to move ahead. Okay, and success formula is this: just a few acts of self-discipline practiced daily over a reasonable period of time. It's a beautiful statement you said, Aakriti, that 90 days means 90 days. It is not 91 or 120 days. Success, just a few acts of self-discipline practiced daily over a reasonable period of time can give you the success that you want. Failure, just a few errors in judgment practiced daily over a reasonable of time will lead to the same thing. So whether you want to choose those areas which is the right decisions, the exact one which you need to work out, or you're going to work on the errors. In fact, like Shraddha does this particular thing on coaching, on Talent Plus coaching, where it tells about what are your strong points. Okay, what are your dominant themes and what are your non-dominant themes? Working on your dominant themes for you on a daily, day-to-day basis can help you to grow. Instead of working on those weakness areas where you struggle to put it in order, it is not very necessary. So what are your daily themes of dominant themes? How do you know yourself? We are coming to that, and just I want to tell that do what is right every single day. Now, the only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is if you're growing today. We cannot take care of our tomorrows. We cannot take care of our, we have taken whatever care of our yesterday. But the only guarantee that tomorrow will be better is if you're growing today. And if we take everything today into consideration and done what we need to do, yes, tomorrow will be able to take care of itself. So we either step forward into growth or back into safety, comfort. So what is it that you want? We either step forward into growth or back into safety. I wish I could see all of your faces. I could see that, interact with you. I could make you show your hands and talk with you, interact with you, and make you do certain things. So unfortunate I can't do that.
Sir, I just want to like stop you here. If you want to see our face, just go on those 3 dots.
3 dots, okay.
Yeah, just click on there, open picture in picture mode.
Which mode? Background effects, close
open
reaction.
Picture in picture.
It says raised in, copy join in, background and effects, in call messages. That's it. It's 3 things. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, and I got 5 others. Only my face is seen. I'm in the laptop. I'm in the Mac. Like.
Yeah, so there should be an open picture in picture mode. But just before a background and effects.
Before. Okay. Before call messages only is there. I think, let me see the top one. Is there anything? No, 5 people are shown, but I can't see the 5 people across. Okay.
Adjust view or something like that, maybe? Adjust view?
Maybe I think I'd pull it down. Oh, yes. I think I had to pull down the whole screen down. Yes. Yeah.
Can you see us now?
Seen it better. Yeah, correct. That's right. Good. Thank you.
No worries.
Okay. Now, coming to the next important thing. Today, we are touching on, this is the important thing for us to understand why we are going to do it. And it is a book which is based on the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John C. Maxwell. And I'm an executive director with them, and I work on alignment that performs. That is my business portfolio. Okay, a little bit about myself. What I do is, having come back from the Middle East, another place, having been in the marketplace for nearly 4 decades, okay, setting up companies, turning around companies, establishing companies, running companies, and being at the apex of companies, have seen teams, have seen companies, and have worked out greenfield projects, everything. I realized one thing, that people have got tremendous potential, and few of them use it and many don't use it. So how to make the best use of it is what I come in. And that's where I intentionally plan to come back to India. Like I could have still been abroad and then moved abroad wherever I want to, but we said no, coming back. And that we chose Pune because I left Pune in 93. So I thought Pune is the last place we live. I'm not from Pune. I'm not a Puneiker, but I'm Puneiker from 88 onwards. Okay, so I said, okay, like Pune is more closer to my heart rather than the city I come from. I'm from Tamil Nadu, Chennai. I'm married to a person from Maharashtra, and children grew up most of the time outside India. And daughters come back, son is still abroad. So this isn't gist of it. So I want to really see how can I add value into the lives of each and everyone. That's why I said, somebody said they want to get into the Middle Eastern market, the entire aspect of the whole Middle Eastern market. I've been in Oman for 6 years, launched out one of the best products till today. It has been, it's called Asafa Poultry over there. I've been a foodie guy for nearly 3 decades. So that's where I was in Oman, and then Qatar about 13 years, and Saudi Arabia about 10 years. And then traveled across all over the places. So those connects we'll work out and we move on how to go about it. Now, the 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. The first law that we are going to see today is the Law of Intentionality, and we're going to touch the Law of Awareness. These are the 15 laws: the Law of Mirror, Law of Consistency, Law of Environment, Law of Design. I'm just showing it across to you. We will not have time to go through that because this is a beautiful, lovely, fantastic masterclass in person. If one day I think Shantanu wants to promote this, we can really work together and collaborate and see how we can work out on. Okay. And then there's the law of the ladder, and the law of the rubber band, and the law of the trade-offs, and law of curiosity, and the law of modeling, and law of expansions, the law of contribution. And leave these laws. That's where we'll be able to unlock the potential which each one of us want to. Fine. In fact, today I had a crazy cold when I came back to office, and Shraddha said, I said, take rest. I said, no. Today is my masterclass and I need to be here, and I'm not going to, I didn't want to take the session from home. I want to take it in office environment. So I said, I will have my aura to see what I want to speak, how I want to speak. Of course, home also is fine, but I can be in the work mode across time. So we are going to talk about the law of intentionality and the law of awareness. These are the two laws we are going to touch today. And first is the law of intentionality. So this is where we saw in the videos we just noticed, growth doesn't just happen. Okay, it can't just happen on its own. We have to do something about it, and we need to take steps to growth. And those steps is to come out of the comfort zone. So the law of intentionality touches growth just doesn't happen. Here comes the most interesting, important thing. The leadership gaps in the growth is the different 8 gaps that comes in across. These gaps, I'm going to go into each one of them. You'll try to associate yourself, and you'll try to see, oh my God, this is where I am, and this is what I should be doing, not doing. The problem is, I think this particular thing, I can keep moving on. Okay, fine, done. The assumption gap, that's where we start on. How many of us live on that? I assume that it'll grow automatically. That is the first thought we have. Like, maybe I will grow across. Like, I have no problem at all. And it is like, kuch bhi karenge, ho jayega. Organic. So organic, yes, in social media, fantastic tips you gave. I'm not talking about organic, I'm talking about personal growth. Organically, we can grow from 40 kilos to 60 kilos, and 60 kilos, if you want, after that, we want to come back to 40 kilos, is not going to happen at all. Like, okay, so that is what is going to happen. So whatever area that we want to grow, okay, we need to be intentional about it. It cannot grow automatically. In fact, John Maxwell says, a time comes when you need to stop waiting for the man you want to become and start being the man that you want to be. So you need to be that person who want to be, rather than waiting for the man that you want to become will come one fine day. A lot of ifs happens across. Like, this does not happen. That is where the assumption gaps takes place. The next one is the knowledge gap. So what happens is, like, say today, the way Aakriti explained is so beautiful. Amaya, you and Aakriti, fantastic in your social media scenarios, the way you guys explain the knowledge gap. Okay, you imparted so much for us. So if I remain in a scenario, I don't know how to grow, and I don't want to take steps to learn something, and I don't want to be part of this Pune Leaders Fest stuff and come and sit there and learn from each one of you, how am I going to grow? What is going to happen? Okay, I don't know how to grow. So मेरे को पता नहीं, मेरे को मालूम नहीं है, मैं क्यों करने का ले, कहते छोड़ दो, मेरे क्या मालूम है वो करेंगे, नहीं मालूम है तो छोड़ देंगे. That is the knowledge gap people tend to have. And the third important thing is the timing gap. अरे यार अभी तक right time नहीं है. It's not the right time to begin. कर देंगे. There is later on is one of the words which is in the English dictionary, which is the most what you call livable in the comfort zone and never lets us to get into the growth zone. Later on, बाद में देख लेंगे. ठीक है, अभी कर देंगे, बाद में वो देख लेंगे. So the later on is a comfort zone scenario which is abused by any of us in many crucial situations, and we don't take decisions and we don't move on. So the timing gap is something which is very, very important. I am afraid to make a mistake. I don't want to make a fool of myself. I don't want to be noticed as somebody don't know what I'm saying. मैं नहीं करूँगा, लेकिन अरे यार मैं comfort zone में मैं क्यों मेरा I want to expose myself. I don't want to do that. There comes the mistake gap. Okay, I'm afraid of making mistakes. I don't want to be the person who feels like a fool in front of others. मराठी नाही येतात, पण मी मराठी बोलण्यासाठी मी प्रयत्न करतो. Okay, I like that's it is actually Shraddha is my Marathi teacher, but she tried the best to teach how much I know. मी प्रयत्न करतो. Wherever I go, I don't know Marathi, I don't know Hindi. Okay, but I try to speak a few sentences, and that makes the people get, wow, I think this guy is trying to attempt speaking in Marathi. Okay, माझा मराठी थोडी थोडी येतात, मी प्रयत्न करतो, थोडी कठीण आहे, परत मी प्रयत्न करतो. Like, okay, few words you make and it makes the other person connect with you. Okay, the mistake gap I don't work on. I don't mind making mistakes, and even if some people, the problem is I don't like somebody keep pointing out my mistake. But still I try my best to see how I can manage to go on across that. Okay, so that is the next gap. Then comes the other one is, अरे यार मैं कुछ भी करेंगे तो it has to be a perfect. It cannot be next to perfect. Till the perfect करने के time मैं wait करूँगा. अभी तक perfect. So even if you see a small business person, if you want to be into something, you have to have your MVP. Okay, minimum viable product, and then you have to start putting into the market, and you have to see whether there's a product, there's anything which is not up to the whole thing. You start working on it, and then you start improving it, and then you start putting it across. Nahin, perfect hone tak main wait karunga. The opportunity goes away. Okay, so that is what I have to find the best way before I start. So that does not really work for a person to grow. And the inspiration gap. Arey yaar, maza out the night. I don't feel like doing it. I just am happy. I'm sitting where I am. I don't want to do anything more. The inspiration gap. And the worst part, next is the comparison gap. Others are better than I am. Bagati kaise karta? To kaise karta? Okay, this person is fantastic. They are like this. They've got all this background. They've got this one. They've got the intelligence. They've got the background. They're from this country. Why are you into it? In fact, there was a discussion with somebody very recently where I said, do not compare and do not compete, but be content what you are in, and you try to make the best use of it. And that is going to make you be able to come out of the potential into something which gloriously that you want to find out on. So comparison gap is something which many of us sit on and we don't like to move ahead. And the last one, the gap is the expectation gap. I thought it would be much easier than this. Why did it happen? I thought it was much easier than this. It's okay. It was tough. That's where the learning starts. That's where you know how and where you wanted to get the steps of working on. So these are the gaps which we face indirectly in different situations every single day in our daily life, and we miss the growth opportunities which comes otherwise. Think about it and see what is happening. And John Maxwell puts it so beautifully. Hey guys, Rome wasn't built in a day. How long are you willing to give yourself? When you're losing, everything hurts. But why? It is just because you need to have this particular, what you call the feeling, the withinness with you that you want to be somebody and you want to grow. Okay? And the next important thing.
Sir, I have a common question for you and Akriti ma'am. So
Yes.
since you both are taking the masterclass,
Yeah.
more related to the digital work, majority of the times, most of the content creators, and I'm sure Shraddha ma'am will also agree with me, that we don't post every day because we feel that if we post something which might not be giving a value to our audience, that while eventually reduce our algorithm down. So post everything for 90 days. So क्या इसके लिए हम लोग 3 से 4 घंटे एवरीडे निकाले कि आप इसमें क्या सजेस्ट करोगे कि एवरीडे इसमें पोस्ट करना जरूरी है, वो तो है, लेकिन उसके लिए लेट्स से 3-4 घंटे निकाल के हम लोग कंटेंट हमको पोस्ट करना चाहिए कि अच्छा ही कंटेंट पोस्ट करना चाहिए, उसमें आपका क्या टेक रहेगा? एंड similar question to Stanley sir as well कि every day let's say मैम को पहले आंसर करने दीजिए and if you want to take it forward from there.
Sure. Let them answer, then I'll come back.
So, sorry, मुझे actually gate पे वो आ गया था, इसलिए I need to switch my screen.
Sure.
But I joined on time, exactly on time. I'll tell you about this, Shantanu जी. हमें 4 घंटे भी नहीं चाहिए. Just build that memory muscle. एंड आपको 1 घंटे में आप कम से कम, मैं I'll tell you about myself, मैं 1 घंटे में कम से कम 6 से 8 वीडियो शूट करती हूँ. ठीक है, तो यू डोंट नीड 4 आवर्स. हमको 4 आवर्स तब लगते हैं जब हम तभी बैठते हैं, लाइक सर सेड. ठीक है, प्लान आपको एक लिमिट तक के तो लगेगा एंड दैट विल हेल्प यू इन ग्रोथ. जब आप प्लान करते हो आपका टाइम काफी बचता है, बिकॉज आपने प्लान करके रखी थी, स्क्रिप्ट्स, टॉपिक्स आपने सोच के रखे थे, सारी चीजें आपने तैयार रखी थी, तो आपका प्लान पूरा रेडी था. अब आपने जो करना है वो करना है, बस बैठ के शूट करना है. और एक चीज बिल्कुल नहीं करनी है, वो है कंपैरिजन. जो सर ने बताया कि कंपैरिजन नहीं करना है कि यार वो तो इतने आगे पहुंच चुका है, मैं तो अभी भी 10K पे हूँ, या मुझे तो लोग फॉलो ही नहीं कर रहे. दूसरा हमें जो नहीं करना है वो 4 लोगों की चिंता, जो भी सर ने बताए कि हमें जो एक्सपेक्टेशन भी होती है कि भाई लोग क्या सोचेंगे हमारे बारे में, सिमिलरली वो 4 लोगों की चिंता नहीं करनी है. बस ये छोड़ दिया तो जैसे मैंने अपने वीडियो में बोला था, मजे ही मजे. फिर आपका कंटेंट सामने आएगा, आपकी वैल्यू सामने आएगी, एंड उससे ये होगा कि आपकी ग्रोथ होगी, अल्टीमेटली आपके बिजनेस की ग्रोथ होगी. ठीक है, बिकॉज यू आर योर पर्सनल ब्रांड. लोगों को याद नहीं रहता, बट चेहरे याद रहते हैं. और ये अभी से नहीं, बहुत पहले से गाने भी हैं इस पे. तो
राइट. सो लेट्स से हमने कुछ अच्छे वीडियोस वगैरह बनाए हुए हैं, उसके सबटाइटल्स वगैरह नहीं डाले हैं, जो जनरली एक रिक्वायरमेंट रहती है एक अच्छा कंटेंट रील्स में आने के लिए, एंड उसको पोस्ट कर रहे हैं जस्ट बिकॉज वी वांट टू स्टिक टू द प्लान ऑफ द 90 डेज ग्रोथ. तो क्या ये सही स्ट्रेटेजी रहेगी या परफेक्शन ढूंढना सही स्ट्रेटेजी रहेगी?
देखिए, परफेक्शन तो आपको नहीं ढूंढना चाहिए, बट आपको जो देखना चाहिए वो ये है कि अगर आप किसी के घर पे जा रहे हैं तो आप उसके हिसाब से एडजस्ट करेंगे ना. वैसे ही अगर आप किसी के प्लेटफॉर्म पे काम कर रहे हैं तो उसकी जो चीजें चल रही हैं उस पे आपको वो चीजें फॉलो करनी पड़ेंगी. जैसे क्यों हमें कैप्शन डालना पड़ता है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग म्यूट पे सुनते हैं. बहुत सारे लोग, आप देखो रात के 1-2 बजे आप ब्लॉगिंग वाली या एंटरटेनमेंट वाली रील डाल के देखो, बहुत ज्यादा उठती हैं, क्योंकि आजकल लोग रात में स्क्रोल कर रहे हैं. तो जब लोग रात में कंटेंट देख रहे हैं, आपको उनके हिसाब से कंटेंट डालना पड़ेगा. अगर वो म्यूट पे सुन रहे हैं क्योंकि सोते सोते सुन रहे हैं, अचानक से आवाज बढ़ गई तो आपको इसलिए कैप्शन सबटाइटल लिखने की जरूरत होती है. आपको ज्यादा सोचने की जरूरत नहीं होती कि अरे यहाँ पर एडिटिंग में ये गलत हो गया, वो गलत. मेरे वीडियोस अगर आप देखोगे तो काफी बार उसमें गलतियां रहती हैं, बट लोग पकड़ नहीं पाते. और अगर लोग पकड़ भी लेते हैं तो मैं बोलती हूँ अच्छा एंगेजमेंट आएगा.
सबटाइटल्स के लिए कोई ऐप सजेस्ट करेंगे आप कि जहां से सबटाइटल्स इजीली हम एक्सट्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं?
मैं बस एक चीज बोलती हूँ, कोई भी चीज जो काम की है ना वो फ्री में नहीं मिलती.
नहीं, फ्री में नहीं.
तो इसलिए बताऊंगी मैं, इसलिए आपको बताऊंगी मैं, क्योंकि वो मेरे पास जो है वो पेड वाला ही है. मैं लिंक यूज करती हूँ, वो जो AI यूज करती हूँ. अभी सर जब बता रहे थे तो बताते बताते मेरे को बुक अच्छी लगी काफी, तो मैंने किंडल में वो कर दिया, क्योंकि मैं किंडल लेके कहीं पर भी बैठ के पढ़ सकती हूँ, इवन मोबाइल या किंडल में. बट वैसे ही मैं आपको बोल रही हूँ कि आप लोग को कोई भी चीज है, आपको जैसे बिजनेस में इन्वेस्टमेंट लगता है, इन्वेस्ट ऑन राइट थिंग्स लाइक माइक. अगर आपका वीडियो खराब है इट इज फाइन, ऑडियो खराब नहीं होना चाहिए, तो इन्वेस्ट इन गुड माइक. मैंने 5 माइक खरीदने के बाद फिर अल्टीमेटली 20,000 का माइक खरीदा, क्योंकि मुझे समझ में आ गया था कि माइक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो पहले बार में ही आप अच्छा हॉलीलैंड का माइक ले लो, दैट कम्स अराउंड 11,000 का. एक ऑटोमेशन टूल पे इन्वेस्ट करो, बिकॉज आप हर चीज रील पे नहीं बता सकते, तो इट इज बेटर कि आप लोगों को डॉक्यूमेंट शेयर करो थ्रू ऑटोमेशन टूल्स, जो मैनी चैट है। दूसरा आप ले सकते हो कि जो आपने जैसे अभी कैप्शंस के लिए पूछा, वीड आईओ भी देता है एंड वोजो भी देता है, इवन कैप्शंस एआई भी है, बट कैप्शंस में इंग्लिश अच्छा कैप्चर नहीं होता है। वो जो एआई में इंग्लिश अच्छा कैप्चर होता है, तो हमको एडिटिंग में कम मेहनत करनी पड़ती है, जो स्पेलिंग्स हैं वो कम चेंज करने पड़ते हैं, तो इसलिए आई प्रेफर वोजो एआई। बट जो प्रीमियम अगर आप देखोगे तो वो आपको कैप्शंस एआई में मिलेगा। ठीक है, तो मैं बस यही कहूंगी, आप चाहे इंस्टा पे पोस्ट करो या यूट्यूब पे पोस्ट करो या लिंक्डइन पे, उस प्लेटफॉर्म को समझो, उस प्लेटफॉर्म पे ऑडियंस कौन है उसको समझो एंड उसके अकॉर्डिंग पोस्ट करो, तभी आपको लोग सुनेंगे।
Okay. I want to say one thing, Shantanu, in the whole thing, everything starts with preparation. Okay, you need to prepare. Okay. In fact, it says in this book, you cannot change your destination overnight, but definitely you can change your direction overnight. Okay. Whether you want to post when, what you want to post, how you want to post, any directions you want, you can take it at any time. Okay, and preparation plus the right attitude, that's opportunities plus the practice. Okay, and the action, what matters to you to get the result for your growth. Can I continue?
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay. So the transition is basically is an intentional growth. It comes with the preparation and then leads to action. If you don't do this particular thing, then we get stuck into the same rut of just being in the comfort zone and not moving ahead. So let's ask the big question. This is what is very, very introspective. I want you to answer for yourself. Make note of this. Where do you want to go in life? All of you said, I want to have a peaceful life. I want to have a peaceful moment. I think a fulfilling moment. I want to be happy and I want to see the best thing. Where do you want to go in life? Make this question clear. What direction do you want to go? And what is the farthest you can imagine going? And how long will it take? These are big questions you need to know, which is as good as you are living on that particular vision of that furthest dream. So that's where it helps you to grow towards that particular dream where you want to. Okay. When there is no clarity of vision or purpose or dream or whatever, that's where we don't know where we have to be and what we need to do. So that's where these questions are very, very important questions. And please address these questions to yourself. And the next one is, all what he said, especially Shantanu, you just mentioned, it is not the question of thinking, it is not the question of preparing, it is do it now. And it has been the Nike style from then onwards, do it. Okay? Like, seriously, what are you waiting for? If you wanted to feel that you wanted to post every single day, okay, it doesn't matter. Let's post. I think learning from Aakriti Pateria is not just one post a day that matters. It has been multiple posts per day and multiple media, multiple channels is important. So let's do that. And just what are you waiting for? It doesn't. And these are all media. These are all opportunities which is available at our fingertips. It just requires a little bit of a dedication and determination and discipline and then consistency that is going to take us through life. Fine. And do not wait for it. Do it now. So here is another important scenario. Now ask yourself, which emotion is stronger? The desire to change, or there are fears which is affecting? Is there a fear of failure? Okay. Fear of trading security to the unknown, because I don't know if I'm going to get into this particular stuff. I don't know whether I'll be doing well or not. Pata nahi hai, barabar hoga, nahi barabar hoga. I'm not very sure about it. And the fear of being overextended on resources. I don't know. This is the amount of money which I have at this point of time. मैं सब खर्चा करेंगे तो ले कल क्या हो जाएगा मेरे को पता नहीं है. And I may not know about it. Preparation is required, and you need to be aware of that. The fear of unknown, extended resources, and then fear of what others might think, and the fear of pushing the others away. That is something which is, John Maxwell talks about, you need to grow by not pushing another person down. There's something which is in the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership in John Maxwell's book. He talks about the law of the lid. You cannot go up when you push somebody else down. Because if you want to push somebody else down, you have to keep moving down. Imagine if I want to push somebody taller than me or somebody around me or myself, I have to keep bending further to push the other person down. But if I lift the person up, along with the person, I go up as well. Okay, so that's a law of leadership, like where you don't grow by just pushing others down. You grow by lifting others up. So these fears are very, very crucial. Address them. Fear of failure, fear of trading security for the unknown, fear of being overextended on resources, fear of what others think, and fear of pushing others away. Okay. Here is something very, very important. So this is what we call an accidental growth and an intentional growth. Understand, if it is an accidental growth, it plans to start tomorrow. But if the intentional, it insists on starting now, N-O-W, now. And an accident growth, wait for the growth to come to you, whereas here you take the responsibility to grow. An accident growth, you learn only from mistake, but here it's intentional, you learn before the mistakes happens, because you're intentional about what I want to do. And each of you are in business, running small businesses, large size businesses, and influencing many people, many other businesses as well. It is not just their social media that matters to them. Each of those business owners whom you influence, it is so important. They also need to know how they grow their business. One is social media gives them one area for them. But I always believe to grow a business, you need to grow the entrepreneur. Don't focus on the business. Focus on the entrepreneur to go. The moment a person grows higher, and the business can be only to the level of his extent of growth. The business cannot be above the entrepreneur or the business person. It will always be below the leadership or the level of the business owner. So if you want to grow a business, grow the business owner. So you may be giving all the solutions in terms of the social media, everything, but there may be other areas which the person needs to grow. That's where bring in people, collaborate, tell them, listen guys, you're doing extremely well, but this is the extent you can grow. But if you want to grow further, bring in somebody else, collaborate with somebody else, let them become mentors, etc., and see that it can help you to grow your business further. Be advisors, be those people where you can collaborate, where you can build them, not just in terms of revenues out of it, but in terms of building the business to grow. To grow the business, grow the leader and grow the business owner. And in accidental growth, it depends on good luck, whereas intentional, it depends on hard work. And accidental growth quits early and often, where here it perseveres long and hard. And accidental growth falls into bad habits. Okay, once paisa gaya, okay, forget it. Like, whereas in intentional growth, he fights for good habits. And accident growth, they can talk big. Arey, hum sab kar diya, wo hai, ye hai, mere paas hai. Like, but in an intentional growth, they follow through till the business is affected and delivered and the customer is benefited and the growth is on. And accident growth, they play it very safe, but here intentional growth can take risk as well. Fine. So let there be an intentional growth and not an accidental growth. And that is what, and an accidental growth, the person thinks like a victim, and the accident growth, they rely on talents and they stop learning after graduations. Okay. Whereas here, they think like a learner, they rely on characters, and they never stop learning. I am quite a few decades more than most of you like who are there in the screen, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Today, I've got fantastic learning what I need to have. And every day, I still continue to learn. And I go and teach to MBA students and others across. I still learn from them. And I meet like with each of you, like I learn a lot of things from you because it doesn't stop from you learning to grow across. So that's very, very important. Fine. And any questions on the law of intentionality before we go to the law of awareness? So this is the intentionality part of the law of the law of irrefutable laws of growth, or the invaluable laws of growth. There are irrefutable laws, invaluable laws, and 17 laws and 16 laws and 5 laws. Each of them has got small changes. Any questions on that?
I had one question, sir.
Yeah.
So regarding intentionality, I have found, as you mentioned, starting is important. And where I personally struggle is I do make a strong start, but my growth tends to crash when I don't have a plan working for me. I tend to get sloppy. I tend to take more time. Whereas when I have a tight deadline, I deliver. So how exactly, as in, how do I match planning with action? How do I ensure I plan
Beautiful
and
question.
absolutely follow through on it?
Beautiful question. The next one we're going to work on is the law of awareness. This is going to address those things. And there is on the right side of the screen, you see something called talent plus strength. This is going to help you to know more about what exactly are you as a starter and what are you as a finisher and what are you as a winner and what are you as a owner and what are you as a person who will be able to deliver results which you want to promise, and where your, what do you call it, the drain pipes comes across, like, and where your energy drain takes over. And instead of energy build, that may be energy drain. So we'll be addressing a few of those things in this particular second session across.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes.
Yes. So I have this that generally we like Amay told that because, or even Shantanu said that when he's working out, we are busy in doing certain work that is our office or like business work. So what happens generally is we prioritize something else more than something else. So how to fix that priorities? Because I understand that my fitness should be my first priority. But I think ठीक है आज दर्द नहीं हो रहा है कल चली जाऊंगी. That happens. So how to prioritize that कि हम कैसे decide करें या how to give equal मतलब रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को भी हम कैसे इक्वली डिवाइड कर सके, बिकॉज देयर इज नो वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस जो सब लोग बोलते हैं वो तो पॉसिबल है नहीं, बट हाउ टू डू दिस, इज इट पॉसिबल? कुछ अगर इफ यू हैव एनी टिप.
There is that's something called plan ahead, and this entire PLAN and AHED, everything works on this particular scenario. That is not in today's particular scenario. I will definitely cover it another time. Okay, and I can even, you want to connect with me, you can just try to work it out. What is the way that you'll be able to prioritize on this, and we take it on. Otherwise, that will become another new session of prioritizing your goals and prioritizing your daily activities and how you're going to do what. Like that'll be a different mastermind and living across what exactly.
Sure.
Is that all
Sure.
right? Okay.
Sure,
great.
sure.
Okay, good. So I'll address a little bit of what you asked, Amaya, in the next particular thing, why there is situations where we need to know ourselves before to grow yourself. Okay, so let's move on. So first question is who you are. That is the most fundamental, important question you need to know. Who am I? Who am I? All of us. Okay, let me ask you the question. Who am I? Okay, Shantanu, I did give a little bit of a gist about it before itself. If I ask this question, what would you say? Who am I? Who am I?
I think I want to deliver, and I am delivering the honest results to clients who are trusting with our services. So that's the organization goal, but the intention is always to be a trustworthy guy with people on whom people can trust and put their money and value, and basically I'll deliver results to them. So not in terms of professional life as well, in terms of personal life as well. So if some relative is putting the trust on me, then I should be giving a value back to them. So that's what I expect out of myself.
Very good. Yes, Amir, I'd like to hear from you. Who am I?
So I would answer this on a personal level because I have thought about this question a lot. And going on a sort of a philosophical angle, I am a collection of memories. I'm a collection of ideas, beliefs, thoughts.
Beautiful.
And whatever environment I have grown up in.
Absolutely beautiful. Fantastic.
On a you can say business level or on a professional level, I personally I believe values define whatever business or whatever impact we are trying to make. So I believe in two values: integrity and impact.
Absolutely.
That is how I define myself on a personal and a professional level.
Beautiful. Very beautifully answered. Shraddha ma'am and Aakriti and
there is Abhay sir as well. So Abhay sir, our chief guest, Brigadier Abhay Bhat, is there.
Yes.
So he is going to address.
Welcome to this session. Okay.
I think sir is now not connected, maybe not listening. Anyways, he will connect at 7:30.
Yeah. Aakriti, Shraddha, anything you want to add on?
When it comes to who am I, it's I always get confused in that. Even people say, आकृति आपको अपने ऊपर थोड़ा कम भरोसा है, बाकी सबको आप पे बहुत है. But yeah, sometimes I think
I feel I have sometimes my roles define me, what I am. Like a mother, maybe a mother, like just a mother or someone who is helping others to like honestly growing on without. I don't fake promises. That is me. I don't tell people that I can give you ultimate these results because I can't do that. It is an organic growth. So with respect to my work, and if you see as a person. I am like just a down to earth and chulbuli kind of fun loving person. So if that defines who am I, I'm not sure. Now, sir, if you'll tell us, maybe I'll be able to define myself better.
We will explore.
Yeah.
Shweta ma'am, anything from your side?
So I always, I'm a person who is very grateful in life, like good, bad, ugly, perfect, everything. I'm always grateful. So at a personal level, I want to say, and professional, I feel I am like Aakriti. I always keep my promises, whatever promise I give. Till 12 years, I'm language coach. I'm a language coach. So like your organic growth you talk, I have experienced organic growth in my life because the way I work. So yes, I feel this is, but actually this is very deep question to like think a lot and like Amay said, philosophical question. We have to think about that, and then you will get to know like actually who am I. So yeah.
Beautiful.
So I'm just interrupting. To be honest, the real core essence of who am I is Indian philosophy of Aham Brahmasmi. That is basically I am who you are, or what
I
this
am
page
that
is.
I am. It
I
talks
am that
about
I
I
am.
am that I
Exactly.
am.
I am that I am. So basically, Aham Brahmasmi is all about Tattvamasi. So uh, we are all created out of the Big Bang as per the Indian philosophies. So the Big Bang, or the Om, which founded all of us, uh, which created this entire universe. We are just element of that. So that's what my philosophical answer is. Ki eventually, if we are thinking negative, or if we are doing negative to someone, we are actually doing something negative to ourselves as well. So
Beautiful.
that's a philosophical part, apart from what I answered earlier.
Absolutely beautiful. I think this is a very, very, very in-depth question and deep question. And in fact, if I have to say about myself, I'll say I'm still a work in progress. Okay, who am I? I'm a work in progress, and I'm still evolving to be what I am supposed to be like, and I'm still into that. Be it in any area of my life, I'm still a work in progress. That's what I would be able to say about myself. And what I do best in terms of anybody else, other than the 95% of the people around in the world, I think I'd be able to see how I can able to add value into the lives of people who come to my area of influence. That's what I've been doing extremely well. Okay. And yes, I've been running companies, running businesses, and turning around, etc., etc. But what I've been doing extremely well to compare to any other person is being able to add value into every single person who comes into my area of influence, be it an ordinary chowkidar or the what do you call the gatekeeper in my entire factory of 2,000 employees, to the guy who was number 2 to me, who was a deputy CEO, deputy GM, was reporting to me. Like every single person. That's what I do across them. But apart from that, let's see what is it that we want to learn from here. But I want this question to be at the back of your mind, because one day the business cards, the professions, the titles, the roles, everything may not be there. But you need to know who you are. And that is what is going to give you the happiness. And that's what is going to really help you to grow and know and be able to understand others as well. Fine. Now, here is a simple, this is an ordinary one, coming back to ourselves. To grow yourself, you must know yourself. Everybody says about your strengths, your weaknesses, your interests, your opportunities, and where you are and where you want to be. This is in realistic terms, in terms of your persona and in the businesses. This is not the philosophical area which I touched about, but that is an area which I probably at a closure of it, I will just put in across to see a little bit more about it. But this is something which you need to know. How many of you know what are your strengths? And how many of you know what are your weaknesses? How many of you know what are your interests? And how many of you know what are all the opportunities that's lying for you individually and business-wise? And do you know where you are today? And do you know where you want to be next 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Nowadays world, though we used to have 10 years business plans and everything, nowadays come to 1, 3, 5. That's it. In 5 years, the whole thing changes. 1 year, the whole thing changes. 5 years, everything changes. Okay. So 1, 3, 5 years. Do you know where you want to be and how would you want? This was one of the questions which changed. I was heading one of the poultry companies in Oman, and I was heading the marketing side of the head of marketing sales of poultry in Oman, which was looking after the entire Middle East operations. And there was a person who was the CEO of another company. So this guy and I were just chatting together. He said, Stan, where would you want to be? I said, oh, yeah, like head of marketing and sales. Okay, fine, marketing director and CMO in the next couple of years. Like, he said, no. The next, in the 1, 3 years, you need to be the CEOs of company, not still going to the marketing vertical. That opened out my eyes. I said, oh, shucks, I didn't see this at all. And yes, in the 3 years period, I became CEO of another company and then became CEO of multiple companies and turned around. This was way back in 2006 or something like that, and then took on. So what I'm saying is, you need to know with clarity where you are and where you want to be. All right. So be it in your business, be it in your personal life, be it in every single area. And there are 3 kinds of people, okay, and they find directions in this way. The first kind is people who don't know what they would like to do. They are the confused lot. People who don't know what they would like to do, they are confused lot. And the people who know what they want, but they don't do it. अरे मेरे को मालूम है ये करने का है but मैं करता नहीं है. Frustrated a lot. मेरे को सब कुछ मालूम है, ये मालूम है, वो मालूम है, सब कुछ you talk about what all terminology be, I don't X, Gen Z, whatever, not Gen Z I'm talking about, the various tools you talked about. Okay, मेरे को सब कुछ मालूम है, करता नहीं है. Frustrated a lot. People who know what they want and do it. That's where the fulfillment comes. Somebody talked today, I want to be fulfilled. That's where you need to be that person who know what you want and then you do it. That's where the fulfillment comes across. Amen? So clear? So each of you understand where you are. Whether you know or confused or you're frustrated. This is a very sad situation. Fulfillment, wow. That is a growth arena. So it all starts with you need to be aware of yourself. You need to know who you are. I use a very simple philosophy. Know yourself to grow yourself. Know others to grow your team or your business. Okay. If you know yourself, you grow yourself. You know others, you grow your team or you grow your business. So you need to have that awareness to know what is it and where it is. And those of you who are struggling to understand what are all your natural talents, what are all the ways that you are naturally wired, and what are all the ways where the stressful wiring comes in, okay, you can rightfully connect with Shraddha, because she is a talent plus strengths coach, where it helps each one of us to understand how are you naturally wired. In today's world, I think all of you are beautifully running your own companies, but in today's world, what happens is there are many people who are there in organizations who are leading a frustrated life because they don't know what they want to do. And they are not sure why they're sitting there and doing a work where they're not happy about. I've got the right degree, I've got the right expertise, but मेरे को काम पसंद नहीं है. मैं बैठ के कर रहा हूँ, इनको मेरे को कुछ भी सब पसंद नहीं है. But काम करने का है, कमाने का है, इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूँ. So this is where the frustration starts coming in. And that's where a lot of unhappiness comes in. But if you know how are you naturally wired, and to that natural wiring, you add a whole lot of in terms of practice, you add skills, you add knowledge, you add everything else. That's where you become a person who's really, really happily fulfilling what you want to do. Let me give you one tip across over here. In today's world, knowledge is at your fingertips. Today we sat there, how much of learning we got? Brilliant, tremendous amount of learning, like from Aakriti, from Abhay, from everybody else. Like, okay, we learned so many things. Knowledge is at your fingertips. And with this knowledge, Aakriti and Abhay added on how we can be skilled. They also told you what all you can do. Okay, that you can be able to add on to this particular thing, get this particular AI object, be it Gemini, be it Weed, or be it whatever it is, get these tools and invest a little bit of money, get those skills in to get those things across. You can start working in front of your camera 15 minutes a day, and few weeks you'll be able to make the best. So knowledge is there, skill is being added to it. Now, what is the one area which is stopping for a person to grow? That is the area of what you call inherent talent. If that person is going to enjoy doing it, that person will catch on and work on these three things. And be it knowledge and be it the skills added onto the talent, it becomes success, fulfillment, and significance. Okay? But if that person is not talented, मेरे को नहीं है, मेरे को नहीं आता है, I'm not interested in this. A guy like me who, like I think Shraddha has tried her best to see that I can sit in front of the camera to speak. We've got everything. You got your lights, you got the cameras, you got the mics, you name everything. वो नहीं होता है. I said मैं कैमरा के सामने बैठ के इतना बात नहीं कर सकूं. But if I want to talk to people live, I can do it. But सिर्फ कैमरा के सामने बैठ के like I have to give a ज्ञान मेरे को नहीं होता है. So that is a stress factor for me. That is not natural talent of mine. But here, see, I can do what I want to. I can share what I want to. I presume I'm adding value into each one of you. But camera के सामने बैठ के कोई भी नहीं देखे, like सुन रहे हैं उनको बोलेंगे तो नहीं होता है. Okay, it is a stress factor for me. So that is where the natural talent of each person comes in. Okay, even that solutions were given by Aakriti telling, okay, if that's the case, then get your what you call and whatever it is like. Okay, somebody else will do the work for you, and then you make your own mnemonic and do things across like. So all those things are possible. So inherent talent is most important. You need to know what is your inherent talent and why there are certain things which you like to do, which is stressful. Why the things there are certain things which you love to do, it's absolutely happy to do across like. So if you want a little bit more on that, kindly connect with Shraddha on that. She'll be a great help in this particular scenario. If you know you could not fail, what is that you would like to do? That is the challenge, because most of us are afraid of the failure of the next thing. So if you know that you're not going to fail, what would you do? Ask this question to yourself. And today I'm expanding into not you, like not me. I also, of course, am setting up companies for others to get into Qatar, Oman, and other places. Okay, if you want to enter into those places, what are your strategies? How are you going to do it? What is that you want to do? And you know you're not going to fail. How it is going to work out? That's a question you want. Now, to do anything, first and foremost, I personally believe is I enjoy, like I've got a very simple 3-phrase terminology of mine. My mission statement, it says adding value, multiplying leaders, anchored in faith. This is my thing wherever I go, and primarily I work on alignment that performs. This is what I am. If I have to do anything that I do, I work on these few letters like adding value, multiplying leaders, anchored in faith, and alignment that performs. That's what it is like. Do you like what you're doing? I love it. I love alignments of people, be it, I've got a framework, it's called the SLICE framework, where you do a self-alignment, which we're seeing today is a self-alignment. Okay, there's a leadership alignment is another thing. And inner alignment is another one. And cultural alignment is another one. And then there is execution alignment. Everything falls into that. Okay, so do you like what you're doing? If a person sets out to run a mile and 3/4 of a mile ahead, there's a cliff, and the person tries to finish running that mile just because he started out to do so, changing direction is a risk. But if you don't change, which risk would you rather live with? Many times at the cliff, that may be the thing which you want to see, thing you want to achieve, everything might be there. Or you may be going down and falling down. What is it that you would want to do? Would you want to run and achieve that particular goal, or you just want to change direction and say, forget it? Do you do what you like doing? Do you enjoy doing what you're doing? That's a question you need to ask yourself. That's where your natural inherent talent comes in across. I love talking to people, encouraging people, and adding value to people. But to make reels, thoda mushkil hai, kathina hai. So it's difficult for me to do that. I've tried it because of Shad. She put me on my office and made few things. It's like thoda time ke liye abhi kiya, because it becomes stressful for me. It's not a natural way. But today you want me to do what I'm doing? Wow, I love to talk to you guys. I love to see my story. I would love to share my stories of achievements, share the stories of growth, share the stories of how a company which you grew from 40,000 liters of dairy product a day, we moved on to 400,000 liters of dairy product a day. Okay, I was the CEO of that particular company, and how we transformed the entire company. These are my stories and how I can add value into it. Okay, finding your passion and purpose is so important. What would you like to do? Check your heart. Burnout is not doing too much of something. If you are burning out doing something, that I've done, accomplished, not to boast about myself, pretty well in those of you who can check at my LinkedIn profile, and then you can see, and most of the thing what is posted in terms of reels and things, of course, is created by Shraddha, of course, but in terms of content, in terms of who am I there in LinkedIn, the LinkedIn character profile, okay, those are what I've been across. Like now I want to see how I can see many of you become much more than that. That gives me a thrill. That's what I like to do. That will never burn me out. And I believe I would like to do till the last day of my life. Till the last breath of mine, I would want to see how I can add value into the lives of others. That's what I love doing, right? And finding your passion and purpose is something so important that you can do what you want to do. You must have a dream and be specific about it. When I was in Qatar, I was heading the 3 companies simultaneously, and then I was the CEO of 3 companies, and I brought in, I gave a notice period to my owners of 18 months, telling them, guys, I had 3 companies. I can't just leave over and go. And I've been in the Middle East for 30 years, and my children have already graduated. One is a endodontist, and another one has already been a creative director with a caravan. And they said, I need to move back to India intentionally, plan, and I want to take an 18 months period to bring in the right people and move on. 15th month, they called me and he said, Stanley, sir, please come, sit here, let's have a discussion. Why you want to go to India? Or the Baitiana, like just sit here and we can have another 5 years together. Like, what's the reason for you to leave? You have got anything important in India? I said, I've got only one thing important in India. And I don't know how important it is, but it's important. I want to go to India and talk to people who has got the scope and what vision to grow. I want to make them grow. He said, like if you're sitting here, you can't do it. You have to go to India. I said, that's why I want to go to India. I want to see how can I add value in the lives of people who come into my area of influence. Fine. They said, then it's good. Your vision is clear, your purpose is clear. So you need to have your passion and purpose exciting. And I still enjoy doing it. I still love doing it across life. And what drives you? To see other businesses succeed and grow. Wow. Okay. To see others go beyond me. Wow. And to see that anybody else achieving more. Wow. I've seen all the Mercedes, I've seen all the BMWs, everything of mine personally in these countries. Okay, so I don't need anything. I drive a simple, what you call Hyundai and Honda and Volkswagen, 3 cars, of course. Okay, so this is what I'm driving across over here. And it's different. So you don't have to be that person who you were outside. You need to be somebody who want to be here in this place and see how we can add it. That is my passion and purpose. And what is that? What do you call the unique talents and gifts that you have? As I told you, put me onto any industry, I'll be able to add value to them. Okay, I call myself industry agnostic. Basically a BCom MBA, but I would say classic MBA, passed out in 1985, before you guys were even in this part of the world. Okay, and but from one of the most premium institute, JBIMS from Bajaj. Okay, and so I know what I want to do, and I value and my priorities are simple. How can I see somebody else grow and I'll be excited about it? And that's what it is like. Fine. So know your values. Know what is your unique talents and gifts. Know the right motives. See what drives you. And you must have a dream and be specific about that dream. So no matter what happens, you will still enjoy it. Because listen, I wake up today morning, even if nobody pays money to it, I still love doing what I'm doing. Okay, even if nobody pays money to it, I still love doing what I'm doing. That is your passion, and that is your drive, and that is your purpose. Right? Clear? And finding your passion and purpose, how do you do what you do? Is awareness. And once you become that, you become accountable. And it has to be resulting in action. And there has to be, you will automatically attract the attention of the people across. And be committed, and be creative, and be consistent. These are very important. You can't, and be purposeful, and be reflective, and be grateful. That's why I said, don't be comparing yourself with others. Be grateful with what you have. And each of you, I listened to you, I said, wow, you guys are amazing, brilliant. And you have to be at something, a greater level. And the companies whom you're serving, they should be at a much, much more different levels. And that's where you can see that how you have added lives into the people and added values into the people. And how we can do that? Yes, there can be, you may need a teachable spirit. You will always be prepared. You ask questions, you demonstrate learning from them, and be accountable. Find a coach, which is very essential in today's world, because that is the person who can be able to direct you and lead you and able to unlock your potential. Coach is not somebody who just asks questions, but coach is a person who will be able to unlock the hidden potential of you, which is otherwise you will not be able to work out. And coaching and mentoring relationship, here's what I asked you, and here is what I did, and then here is what I heard you say. Now, can I ask more questions? When you go and meet with the coach, you don't go and ask him for solutions. You go with questions. And when you go with the questions, then you can be able to understand, here is what I asked, and here is what I did, and here is what you asked me to do, and now can I do what? Can you tell me what more I can do about it? And then your growth starts. Okay, so think about it. And then this is John Maxwell spent $799 in 1972 to buy a book and then learn about it when his 1 month salary was that much. And then he started growing. That's what the whole matter is about. So deeply important questions. What will it cost to change? It will cost everything. When can you start? Now. What will it look like when you get there? Dream for yourself, and you will know where you'd want to be like. And two most important things into your life: the day you were born and the day you find out your why. These are the two most important days in life. The day you're born, fantastic, don't ever forget it. And the day you discover your why, wow, that gives a bigger answer across. So let's review a few things across. Alignment for growth is what I talk about. So please help yourself and your businesses align for them. And there's 5 areas of alignment which I touch about: self-alignment and leadership alignment, in alignment, cultural alignment, execution alignment. There's just a list of what I do. It's called a SLICE framework. And let's connect. If you want to connect with me, I'll be glad to help you with it. Thank you so very much. That's my number, dates, every single thing.
Thank you, sir. Amazing presentation. Absolutely, lot to think of, lot to work on. I took extensive notes based on the presentation, and I'll be busy working on it.
And there's a 4-week workshop for this, and which is 4 hours workshop on the entire things, which helps a person to grow mightily into this. If you have yourself or your friends or people who want to grow, connect them to Shraddha. That'd be great.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I'll just message you. Yeah.
Sir, I want to just say something to you, because you have so much knowledge and so much to share, but you are not comfortable with camera. So I'll just suggest you one type of reel that you can start putting. That is when you're talking to anyone, just put the camera on where you are visible on the camera, just in the frame. Doesn't matter if you're facing the camera or not. Just start the camera, record the complete session of an hour of like 30 minutes. And Shraddha can pick up the most important lines from those, and you can just start putting that as reel. And that way, that is how you don't need to talk to the camera and you are still enjoying making reels.
Today, Shraddha, I think you should have done that today.
Because it is very important for you to come out and talk what you're talking about.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You've been a great influencer, expressing, telling how we can get small tips to do things well. Thank you. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you, sir. Looking forward to that priority wala session, or I'll connect with Shraddha to connect with you, because that is very important. I'm not able to lose my 10 kgs, which I want to. That's why AI.
They can't do that for you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
So we'll give a very warm welcome to Brigadier Abhay Bhat sir. Abhay sir, can you hear us? Brigadier Bhat sir, hopefully we are audible to you.
Yeah, just one sec. Can you hear?
Sure, sir. Sure.
My microphone was off. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. We can all hear you,
the
sir.
Opportunity to attend maybe a portion of Mr. Dr. Stanley's presentation was so beautiful, and thank you very much. And it's something which you keep learning. And this is a typically, I think you must be one of the most famous life coaches. So very nice. A lot of them apply to me also. So yeah.
So Bhat sir, you can turn on the video and start addressing everyone.
Yeah, I'll just try. Yeah, it's on now?
Yes, sir. Wonderful.
Okay. So thank you, Shantanu, for giving this opportunity to me to address this group. Just for introducing myself to those others, and most of you I have not met. So what I would request, before I start my talk, I want others also to introduce themselves. Prior to that, I'll introduce myself. So I am Brigadier Abhay Bhat, retired from the Indian Army in 2017 after 34 plus years of service. I was in the Corps of Signals, which is supposed to be a technical arm of the Indian Army, essentially focusing on networks, the telecommunication networks, and computer networks, and also signal intelligence, etc. In this service, I rose to the rank of brigadier, and my most enjoyable works, or I would say the highlights of my career, have been commanding an armored division signal regiment during the exciting times of Operation Parakram, when most of the army had mobilized, and we were about to launch a war against Pakistan, which we didn't. That's after the Operation Parakram. Also work in the field of signal intelligence in the JNK, Jammu and Kashmir, where I'm heading that department. And I was also the head of a faculty in Military College of Telecommunication Engineering. So I had many students who I saw them passing out and benefiting from that institute's wonderful environment. Post-retirement, or rather, I took early retirement about a year and a half early, because I got an opportunity to head an institute called Army Institute of Technology in Pune. Some of you may have heard about that. And this is a college, an engineering college, a proper engineering college, but only for the wards of the Army personnel. Now it is Army, Navy, Air Force, all three. And I served there after 2017 April. Since that, I served for nearly 8 years, exactly 8 years rather, not nearly 8 years, in this appointment of a director of this institute. And I was very fortunate to have a very good team with me, and was able to grow the college, nearly doubled the intake, introduce post-graduation, introduce PhD, started a new branch, rather two new branches, or two new streams. One of them is on AI and robotics, and placed the institute in a good foundation, good pedestal, I would say. So I would give maximum credit to a team which I had with me. So for those who don't know, this institute is actually classified as a private self-finance institute, where while the director is always a retired army officer, senior army officer, right now is a Major General Zain Gupta, and we have the faculty and all as selected from the civilian layout as per the norms of the university. So we are affiliated to Pune University. Since the last 1 year, we have the AIT. During my tenure only, we got the approval for autonomy. So they are now autonomous, but still the parent university remains Savitribai Phule University. So there I got an opportunity to deal with entrepreneurship. Had a few student entrepreneurship projects going through. Some of them launched their companies. Few of them are successful. And also interact with other ecosystems of industry, defense industry, organizations like yours, the NCCI, CII, etc. So I interacted with them, and whatever I could learn and whatever I could gather the experiences, I have gathered that. And that's maybe the reason why I have been invited to give a small presentation on this topic of the role of MSMEs and SMEs in the defense sector. I think that's in short, the topic that I've been given to talk about in this seminar. So it's a very interesting topic, and why it is important in today's scenario, we'll all know. We are already, as of now, there are 2 wars going on our western side. One between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Another, of course, which has now lighted entire West Asia, that is between the Iran and the Israel and the US, and other small countries also got involved in some way or the other. So defense sector has become so critical now for every country now, because you don't know where the spark will be lit, and again some war will start. This 2025, we already had the Operation Sindoor, a very short 72 hours war. but it's tested the technical strength, technological and industrial strength of India, and which we showed to the world what we are and where we are heading. So I think that's why this topic is extremely important for any entrepreneur, for anybody who is interested in growing. I think you must keep into account this sector also. So with that, let me just have a small introduction of all those who are attending this so that I know whom I'm talking to. Yeah, Shantanu, you can start with go somewhere.
Right, of course. Aakriti ma'am, you can start.
So hi, I am a Instagram and basically a digital coach. So I help people grow on socials. Yeah.
Great.
So I would like to ask one question to you, sir. Since Aakriti ji and Abhay ji, who is our chapter president, is also basically helping people with the digital growth. So in the war situations, there is always a propaganda war which is going on between two nations and the allied nations. So how these digital coaches or how these digital influencers can get into or make some impact on the war situations. So you can address that question later as well. So Amej, we can continue.
I'll address that question maybe in the end.
Right.
Yes. Hello. Namaskar, sir. We have met earlier, but I'll still introduce myself. So I'm partnered with Shantanuji for growing LCF as well as president and also advertising partner. Plus, I'm also running my own ads, performance marketing, digital ads, basically. Digital ads that you see on social media, Facebook, Google, YouTube. So those ads, that ad agency, plus AI marketing. So we are doing something very intense in terms of AI marketing. And I'm also building a wellness brand. I have almost 3 to 4 people with an army background. And we are bringing the best of traditional and modern wellness with AI, technology, data. So 2 startups.
So where is your where are you located?
I'm located in Bowden right now. My office is in Bowden. Yeah.
Great.
Hello, my name is Shraddha and I'm a language coach as well as I'm a talent impact coach, like Stanley sir spoke about, like talent plus strengths. We use that to help people grow personally and professionally. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course, Stanley sir is here.
So I've been, probably a veterinarian close, similar to your decade of experience, so being in the marketplace as heading companies and turning around companies and scaling up companies in India as well as in Middle East since 1985 onwards, and being abroad in Middle East for nearly 3 decades and came back 4 years ago. And I've got a company which is called Stanley Consulting, where we primarily help individuals and organizations to see that their alignment is perfect in terms of performance. Okay, so we make them understand in terms of the self-alignment or leadership alignment or the inner alignment of themselves or their cultural alignment, or be it execution alignment. How organizations need to have all these areas and individuals need to be able to be comfortable in all these areas for their growth. So basically, I help them to have alignment that performs. That's what I do.
Great. Just on the lighter side, I think Shantanu knows this friend of mine who's introduced me to him is Commander Konkar.
Yes, sir.
I think he is these days taking a series on. Yeah.
He took the masterclass in the last session, so we all made.
I know. So he's taking the masterclasses and there is a series on leadership in Mahabharata. It's there on his channel also. And when you talked about all these things, this was the role I think played by Shri Krishna in Mahabharata.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So it just came to my mind.
Wow.
He was aligning the individuals as well as the organizations of Pandavas and things like that.
Beautiful. Now I think Shraddha ma'am will say that you have got interrelated. You're able to connect things across, which is different scenarios based on strengths.
That helps. It develops some kind of sense of humor also.
Yeah.
So let's start now with the so-called serious subject. I have a presentation. So can I share this?
Sure, sure.
Okay, where is the thing? share screen. Yeah, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Where is it? Just one sec. It's not going to SAR. Now it is gone. Okay. So I think with all this introduction, first of all, let me give a disclaimer. I have not been part of any MSME or SME who's working in defense sector or anything, but I've seen some of my students or my colleagues working in this and what they have gone through, and this is probably a collection of their experiences. So first part, I'll just give you some of the opportunities offered officially and formally by the armed forces, especially the army, for young entrepreneurs, young developers, industrialists, MSME heads to try and enter into this sector. So what is this sector all about? Let us see that. It's not going forward. Okay. Yeah. So you see, let us talk of defense production as a sector. That is what India was and what it is today. Till about 10 years back, 10, 12, 13 years back, the defense production was limited or restricted to the ordnance factories and a few PSUs in India. And we had a very small percentage of our defense needs actually produced in India. And again, those were technologically not that advanced also. So you can see here, I mentioned here, it is surged significantly. So it was something to the tune of a few hundred, some 990 crores to 1.27 lakh crores. So there has been a tremendous jump in the defense production, especially in the last 10 years. As this graph indicates, you see here, it is something like around 60,000 crores in 13-14. And it has gone beyond 1.27 crores. And what is the target for 28-29? You can see that. It is somewhere to the tune of 3 lakh crores. So it is more than double what is it in 23-24. More than double. So there's such steep rise of requirements of defense, and which are going to be made in India. Till 10 years back, it was 25% was indigenous, whatever we require, defense procurement, and where we have now reached a level of 70% indigenous with a growth in requirements. So you see the massive growth path it has taken. Of course, you would agree that it was mostly the PSUs, DPSUs, and others they have transformed, but there is a big role of MSMEs also. Okay. And what has it led is from a largest importer of defense equipment. They were till 5 to 6 years back, we were the largest importers of defense equipment. And now heading towards a prominent exporter in defense. You can see the graph, the figures. I can tell you something like we are somewhere around 23.6 crores, 23,600 crores in for 24-25, and we are aiming at 50,000 crores in 2029. So again, more than double in next 4 years or 5 years, or rather 3 years rather. So that is what the aim is, and we are on that path only. Okay. I think there is a delay. The slide change.
Sir, if it is coming into the view, why don't you just hover here, just hover your cursor over the window?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No, what is happening when I'm okay now? There's a little delay when I click the next slide for the next slide. There's a little delay, maybe network delay.
No, I'm saying the smaller window that is you have to move every time. Na? Try
Yeah.
hovering over it. Yeah, the middle button. Yeah, middle. Yeah. Try this.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it okay now?
No, it's gone. The whole thing is gone. No, the whole thing is gone.
And why don't you switch again to the next presentation?
No. My whole presentation seems to have.
Acha, you were presenting picture in picture. Okay.
Yeah. So now it is gone. Okay, I'll stop again restart. Okay. Maybe it will. Oh, it is showing. Picture is showing by your screen sharing. What do I do?
Just open your.
No, this is okay. This is fine. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Now you can see that India is now today hosting about approximately 16,000 licensed defense MSMEs, and which is contributing significantly to the defense supply chain. It's an estimate that is contributing to about 25% or 15 to 20% of defense production offshore. It may go up to 25% in the next 1 or 2 years. And many of them are tier 2 or tier 3 suppliers for the larger programs. Larger programs could be the programs of defense PSUs or the programs of companies like L&T Defense, Bharat Forge, etc. Okay. Now let us jump straight to what are the schemes through which fledgling entrepreneurs, innovators, researchers can join this defense innovation bandwagon. So I'll just talk about 2 or 3 schemes. There are others, but mainly for most of you, the most important one is the IDEX, what is called as Innovations for Defense Action. And within IDEX, there is a scheme of high tech, which is called Aditi. We'll talk about it. And there is a Technology Development Fund, TDF, DRDO. So again, this is launched by DRDO. And there is a peculiar Army Design Bureau is a scheme launched by Indian Army. It's within the Army. The DRDO is not involved in this. It is directly from the Army requirements where the innovators and entrepreneurs can pitch in their solutions. So this is a scheme funded and managed by Defense Innovation Organization, which was established in April 2018, which is also a Section 8 company under the Department of Defense Productions, Ministry of Defense. April 18, this scheme was launched. Connects Indian Armed Forces directly with startups, MSMEs, individual editors to solve real-world military challenges. There is a website. You can go through it. The website is very, gives out all the various 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 schemes of defense since 2018, and fund some companies which are successful, what all the problems that have been solved. For that matter, a few days back, I was going through it and I had prepared a summary, maybe a year back, or rather, just after the Op Sindoor. There are at least 7 to 8 startups which were inducted, their technology inducted promptly. Just at the last moment or in situ during the Op Sindoor, and that was very successful. So this scheme had yielded results in Op Sindoor also, you can say. This budgetary supports have been provided over a period of time, 21 to 26, to develop, and then again every year it will increase. They will develop prototypes through milestone-based grants. It works with 28 plus partner incubators. There have been partner incubators which have been developed, which have been established either by the government or by the state governments or the collaborative environment of the industry. So this is to provide mentorship and infrastructure. So the key programs within this are it is called Spark, which is essentially a basic grant amount of 1.4 crore funding for prototype development through Defense India Startup Challenges. So these are yearly challenges which are publicized on this slide, and there you have an opportunity to present your prototype, your idea, and if it is accepted by the committee, you get a grant up to 1.5 crores. Then the projects are of larger scale, of greater importance, of significant value. Then it is called IDEX Prime. So you get a grant. You can get a grant up to 10 crore. And then there is a scheme of Aditi. We will talk about it a little later. Targets critical and strategic deep tech technologies. And there is IDEX 4G. Supports innovation by members of the armed forces to solve immediate operation problems. It's not necessarily that only they are involved, but they take the lead. There are many very, very innovative officers and men within the army who are working on various problems because they are very close to those problems and they have come out with great solutions. We'll talk about them also. The operational impact, the military presence is a problem statement. CG, they require anti-drone systems, drone systems, secure hardware encryptions. There are some of the few problems which have come up in last 2-3 years. And they will say we will require solutions for this. They will not give product QRs as such, and which is what the aim is, not to have a stringent product QR, but give a problem to you, throw the problem to the industry. As of now, as of late 2024, IDEX has signed about 350 contracts plus, and this has grown much more in 2025, and engaged over 650 startups, more now. I think they are reaching 900 nearly now. And once the prototypes are accepted, the induction can be fast tracks. You can choose an industry partner, production partner, and they can even the defense industries can take this up and fast track the induction. Now, what is Aditi? We talked about Aditi. This was launched very recently in 2023. So again, it supports critical and strategic defense technologies, essentially to fast track development of advanced prototypes. This particularly focus on capital intensive technologies which can have long gestation periods and strategically sensitive. So these are some of the technologies listed here: AI and autonomous systems, space technologies, cyber and electronic warfare, advanced materials, precision systems, quantum technologies. And this is monitored directly by the Ministry of Defense. Some of the examples of successful projects is there is a company called Optimize Electrotech. They were awarded this grant. So their work, again, in the field of electronics and radar, I suppose. This is a small satellite with neuromorphic sensors based on electronic optical payload. So again, a very high-tech thing. And they were granted this 25 crores grant, and it's a successful, I think, implementing it in a successful manner. Again, they're integrating AI directly into surveillance systems, etc., etc. And we are now becoming a big power as far as the surveillance, space-based surveillance is concerned because of such technologies. There is another company called Aerosol Technologies. They are developing multi-barrel loiter munitions. You must have heard about loiter munitions during this debate on Operation Sindoor. We Indian armed forces use these ammunitions to a great effect to blow up the terrorist bases, all those 9 places that we had attacked. So I will not comment whether this was used, their system was used, or similar systems were used. Okay, yeah. So now the next part of my this thing is, yeah, anybody has any doubt till now, or anything that you want to query about? If not,
no, sir.
Okay, we'll proceed ahead and have a good discussion. So the next is the Army Design Bureau. This works under the Indian Army, the Directorate of what is known as capacity building. So this was established a few years back, Army Design Bureau, maybe 6 or 7 years back. And what they do is they collate or they compile problem statements which they receive from various units and establishments of the Armed Forces Army, compile them into a compendium, They have their own committees of experts. Many of the civilians and IIT professors are included in that. And this is released as problem definition statements every year or 2 years. Like this is the latest one is 2025, which was released in early 2025. The previous one was 2023 one. I've mentioned the link to the website also, or the PDF file that is available. So this is on the indianarmy.net.in, which is the official website of the Indian Army. Okay, so the cover page of this compendium looks like this, and it will contain all the related problems which Indian Army feels are unsolved as of now. The compendium will also give you a brief on the processes and the procedures to be followed for applying for as an innovator to address these problems. It also provides you the progress of the previous compendium's problem. Some of them may still remain unsolved, some of them have got solved, some of them have been taken up as a IDEX project or a higher level project or an Aditi project. And so all those things are available on this in this compendium. So this is just an excerpt of the compendium. You can see CPDS 2025 consider 82 problem statements over 11 functional domains of warfare, ranging from armament, unmanned systems, artificial intelligence, cyber, logistics, etc., etc. And today AI will be all pervasive, I suppose. And so these are they are structured in a particular manner. There is a brief, then there is a brief description, genesis, importance, and if there is anything in the current world, it will be mentioned in that, and what are the deliverables. Responses are involved from the following people: academic institutions, universities, college, research centers engage in R&D and technological innovations. When I was the director of AIT, we had applied for 2 such problem statements during my tenure, and third one was also we had started preparing the documentation, and one was allotted. So the research is still going on. We had a time period of about 18 months at that time. Then there are industry startups also can apply for it, and of course there are many R&D establishments working on these technologies. And combination, the best way is to have a combination of industry and academic institution to work on these problems. So you get the right research background along with the energy and the ability of the industry also in this. How to apply? Download this compendium. It has got the application form also included in that. Select the problem that matches your expertise or technology. Prepare a proposal. The proposal has to be solution, technical approach, development plan, maybe something like a PERT chart, milestone, budget in various heads, under various heads, prototype plan, and of course your team credentials. If you have any intellectual property or a patent related to that problem, and of course the risk mitigation in the sense that should this be, this IP can be used by somebody else, how do you look at bypassing or operating that possibility. Submitting proposals. There is a submission portal. There are dates given, like I think 30th November was the date for the 2025 proposal, which is now closed. Of course, many of them will get carried forward, so the problems are not closed. Then after that, there will be a review, technical evaluation. Then there will be some feedback. Some, they will tell you to correct your application in a certain manner. It's a process. It takes about 10 months or so, 8 to 10 months, and then the funding will come through. Okay, so the funding could be either from the ADB itself. The Army Design Bureau have some funds on which are available to the respective line directorates of the Indian Army. Like in my case, it was the Corps of Signals or the Corps of EME or the engineers. They will give you the funding. Then the IDEX funds are through again DRDO, through that DIO organization, or through the Ministry of Defense directly through their schemes. Some success stories in this is, again, as we mentioned, the Faujis themselves are great innovators. This guy is a Havaldar in the Indian Army, and he's developed multi-purpose octocopter. A very, very great innovation, considering the resources and the level of education which he had. I think he's received a Sena medal for that. And now there are many such things. There is another one which somehow I think I missed out. Is there's a weapon developed called ASME, which is a submachine gun developed by a good friend of mine, Colonel Bansod. Again, in collaboration with some private companies in Hyderabad and of course DRDO. And he was posted at that time in infantry school. And he was able to develop this because of his commitment, dedication, his innovative nature. And he was given a free hand by the army for that, of course, some funding. Okay, now the key point here is, while I have given you the, it's not exactly a rosy picture to get into a defense innovation scenario. Breaching the defenses of the defense is not easy. Firstly, you have to be absolutely thorough about what you want to do. You have to convince people who are very hard-nosed. No, they will question you, they will query you, they will question you why, how will it work, what happens if it fails, what is the risk factor, etc. So you require patience, you require perseverance. You require to have a proper tact of going through various presentations, through interviews. And most importantly, you have to have confidence in what you are, the innovation that you are presenting. I suggest this will be a long process. This research, development, and then getting into productionization may take 8 to 10 years, or 5 to 8 years minimum. So first you have to have a strong foundation in the civil sector. Best is to have a dual use technology which you modify for the use by the armed forces. For example, this octocopter or a drone that you're going to develop, or a specific utility drone, it may have multiple uses. It should have. Then, and you modify it in a manner in which the defense industry can take over, or it's required for the armed forces or the Indian Army. As mentioned, break-even may take at least 5 to 8 years. So you have to have financial backing for going on for this that much years. You'll go through a number of trials. Even after your product is approved, it goes through a large number of trials because it has to meet the stringent requirements of the defense forces. The hardening, the utility in various sectors, high altitude sectors, extreme temperatures, weather conditions, field conditions, etc., etc. Best way is to first understand what is the requirement. You like to collaborate with local units, with some people you know in the defense, well-known defense experts. Go and grill them, approach them. If you have great ideas, they will also be excited about this. But you have to have the exact knowledge of the application of the product, which you may not have because you are not been serving in that field. Collaborate with IITs or other reputed academic institutions for the academic part of the support, for the research part of the support, for the IP support. Many Class A defense establishments have their own incubation cells or innovation cells. And this is of last 5-6 years. This ecosystem has been developed. For example, the College of Military Engineering in Pune, they have a very good incubation cell. There are many startups working with them. Similar one, the one I had served in Military College of Telecommunication Engineering in Mao. There is a Military College of Electrical and Mechanical Engineers, Electronics and Mechanical Engineers in Secunderabad, School of Artillery, Devlali, Infantry School in Mao, etc., etc. They also have a yearly, all of them have yearly programs. Like they may have some kind of a seminar related to the defense civil innovations, participate in them. In the seminars, they normally have some kind of a display where they invite some of the MSMEs to display their products which are related to defense. And if possible, you type with them and process the proposals to them because they know the hierarchy, they know how the paperwork has to be done. So it is better that you collaborate with them in that way. Similar, there are nowadays R&D nodes in each command headquarters, like in Pune, there is a command headquarters, and they have their own innovation and research and development funds. May not be as much as big as the ADB, but they also have officers posted to look after this process also. So there is a colonel who's purely looking after this, get in touch with them. This is the organization, the Command Across again has a yearly exhibition or a seminar, or maybe more than one seminar. I think in Concerned Command in last 6 months, I have seen 3 seminars being conducted on various different topics. One of them, which I attended, was on quantum computing, about in March, I think this was held last year. And so participate in them. So you'll come to know the people who are handling this aspect. You come to know what are the technologies which they require. You come to know what is happening till now, because some guest speakers will be called, some prominent personalities will be there, some industry heads, some innovators will also be talking about. Then there is an organization called SIADM, Society of Indian Defense Manufacturers, which was, I think, established about 10 years back, which is headed by one retired defense lieutenant general. And this collects or collaborates with all the industries working in this field, especially MSMEs, and connect them with the right people in the defense. So if they have a website, you can become a member of them. They conduct various activities in all the big cities. Participate in the activities, join them, join in the process. Even similar activities are conducted by FICCI, MCCI, and other industry organizations. MCCI has a defense vertical also. You can go on their website, and they are having year-long activities, year-long exhibitions, seminars, etc. Participate in that, and by this means you'll get ideas also, and your own ideas you can present in this. As I mentioned, any concept you want to field, first conduct multiple trials at your end, then only field it. Because failures are not viewed as okay, agle baar ho jayega. It's not viewed that way. Defense people have, as I said, again, hard nose. They'll say, okay, if it is failing here, it's got to fail in the field, in the heat of the battle. Security and confidentiality is of utmost importance. So need to know basis you will know, and need to know basis you will convey to your collaborators, your researchers, etc. You will be briefed about it once you are awarded a project about this part also, but strictly adhere to this. Strictly adhere to this. And again, when you're choosing some of your spare parts, some of your whatever development partners and all, be very, very careful about them. Chinese connections are not at all allowed, looked down upon. Chinese or any such connections, you have to choose very, very carefully. As much indigenous as possible is always welcome. So this is the ecosystem of defense that I have talked about. I think it took about 25 minutes. I think it's a small group, so I can open this for questions. And okay, before that, let me answer the very important question which was asked about use of social media as in support of the. Is that the question? In support of the?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, something like that.
Right.
So let me tell you, I would love sometime to take a small module in information warfare. So information warfare today is a very, very well-known form of warfare, well appreciated, well understood theoretically by all armed forces in the world, including Indian armed forces. Now there is a separate department of information warfare in each headquarters, in command headquarters also we have. There is a brigadier who is heading this, is a BGS IW, information warfare. Under him, they deal with 3-4 things. Generally, the cyber warfare you understand what is cyber warfare. Is also
Yes,
part of it, cyber defense, cyber attack, and all. Then perception development of perception management, and handling the media, all are under this agency. So in that, they also handle the various social media platforms of Indian Army. Each Indian Army has its own, I think, X handle and Facebook page and Instagram handle and all that. which is again, there is a appointment called DGPI, Public Information Management Service. Okay, so they handle that. Similar appointment is there in the command also. So Southern Command, Twitter, and all these handles are there, and they are supposed to be now quite alert. Nowadays they are become quite alert and quite. I would say every day you will find some post on these handles. They talk about various events that are taking place in that particular their jurisdiction, but it limits to that, various achievements. It limits to that, like the handle during Operation Sindoor was again very active. They were providing the information as which was given out by the various agencies, and it limits to that. But to take it to a level of finesse, which it becomes a tool or a force multiplier for war effort, I don't think it is still there. They're still there. Because Indian Armed Forces, as we grew up, we were never trained in that. So the senior officers were not trained. Nowadays, this training has been included in the various curricula of the junior level courses also. And they are taught. But as it is not their daily bread and butter, in your case it is so, it doesn't become a high priority area. So I would say a lot can be done in this. They can learn a lot from civilian experts, and they are also looking for that. So I think some courses also being run by outside experts in various class A establishments of Indian Army towards this. So that is in general the role of, I would say, information warfare or a perception management, or whatever you want to call it. There are various terminologies being used in this field.
Right.
So does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Excellent.
And you can ask any further thing related to that.
So Amey ji, Aakriti ma'am, Shraddha ji, any questions you have?
Not at the moment, sir.
Okay. You can mail me the questions then.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do it.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk in front of you. And
yes,
as I said, my actually favorite topic has been information warfare. We'll focus on the technical aspect of it.
Right.
So someday, if you have anywhere which is slot, I can talk about that also.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else, anyone?
Yeah, Aakriti ji, Shraddha ma'am, you want to give any final notes about today's sessions, all the sessions?
Any feedback about this, what I had spoken about?
You were wonderful, sir. We have taken all the notes.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing from my side, Shantanu ji. I had some few questions like sir was talking about in the last about this how digital is they are using already. I have few things, like just one thing, that there are a lot of misinformation happening on digital platforms, sir.
Correct.
So how you are managing that?
Yeah, so misinformation is targeted at two agencies. One is the defense forces themselves, or the personnel within the defense forces, and second is for the general public. Is my classification okay for your understanding?
Right. Yes, yeah.
So as far as misinformation, it has always been happening. It is one of the tools used by the enemy, and we also should.
Right.
So one of the tools used by the enemy to confuse, to maybe reduce your morale and all that. So for which within the armed forces we have our own mechanisms. So there are always advisories, notices. Then the commanding officers and the senior officers are briefed about this. Please convey this. This is the right approach that is to be done. So within the armed forces we manage it in this manner. Outside agencies, one way is the official lines that we take, or the official briefing that is given by the various spokespersons of the defense forces at various level. So that they try to allay the fears and the misinformation. Of course, you would come with the classic example of Operation Sindoor. Aircrafts gire the ya nahi gire the. I don't have any answer, but maybe that part has been kept vague purposefully with a particular intention. But yes, I can tell you one thing. once something is coming out of defense minister, defense spokesperson, it is vetted very well. So it has authenticity and credibility, both. When it comes from the defense spokesperson, they are again using social media for that. They are using briefing to the various the media also for this. So that is how it is being done, and but much more can be done, because social media is huge. How to handle the
Right, and
fakes,
also
how to handle the campaigns. It's a part of learning. I think they are slowly building up the capabilities.
right. Also with AI coming in place, like recently with the last between India and Pakistan, there were lots of AI images that were being used, AI videos that were being used. So yeah, your role of like sharing the correct information is definitely plays a
So
huge role.
that you have to keep allaying the fears and declaring this is AI fake, this is not AI fake. This is, some people do believe it, some people don't believe it still. Some people believe in all the fakes that
Right.
come in. It happens in our channels also, our own veterans channels. You have to keep telling me it is AI fake, damn it. So deep fake or whatever it is. So
Right,
it's a
understood, sir. Thank you.
matter of a lot self-discipline, self-learning. And fortunately, the younger generation in the armed forces is well aware. It's our type of generation who require much more orientation. So let's see. It's a continuous learning
Right,
curve.
got it.
I must say. And it's something
Yeah.
which is a growing field, very much a growing field.
Thank you for the answer, sir.
So session was incredibly deep, and it will take a lot of time to think through it, as in what opportunities we can actually use as civilians, as business owners, startups. But what I wanted to ask is, as in let's say not in terms of defense equipment, but what in terms of wellness, what in terms of services we provide, like AI, like Aakriti ji mentioned, social media. How can civilians actually do some difference in these departments? As in our skills, our specialties are, let's say, AI, digital marketing, video creation, content creation, then wellness.
So these organization called ADGPI I mentioned, they are using services of some of the civilians also for that, civil experts. So they will approach you, or you will have to keep your ears to the ground when they require something. Say, I'll give an example. We had on the last year, we had Army Day being celebrated in Southern Command. Last year, I think it was in Pune only. Okay. So I was that time in AIT and I had some connect. So they had very short time. They wanted somebody to make a quick website for that and a video as a teaser video for that Army Day this thing event. And they had published this advertisement somewhere. And I was trying as a director that our students can also try and, try to develop this website and a teaser, and we developed something, or some of our alumni did that. They were in the race for this, but it's a competition again. So
Right.
they require short time. In this short time, they want to develop this. Once you they like your work, and you get attached, they will approach you. Okay, now we want long-term this thing. If you think you have really something substantial to offer, you approach the ADGPI guys. There's a PRO in this team, Southern Command. You approach him through the public relations officer that I have something to offer. If it works, well and good.
Yes. Thanks a lot, sir. I will definitely go deep into this part in your presentation.
Yes.
So our entire session has been recorded, sir, and we are going to publish it on YouTube soon in next 2-3 days. So we will keep you posted about it as well. This is going to be helpful not only for those who attended, but all those people who are going to later watch it on the YouTube as well. So thank you so much once again for coming down to the session.
It was a pleasure being part of this team. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm leaving the call.
Yes, sir. So Amey साहेब कसा आता है डाउनलोड करायचं?
I'll stop the recording.
Okay.